Welcome to Winning Love by Daylight, because Amity asked me to play some random little one-off games, and I love visual novels, and I actually really love this one specifically. I don't even remember how I came across it, but it's a lot of fun, so we're gonna play it. This might be a long-ish episode, but hopefully it'll be fun. I'm gonna have fun. Day 1. You start to notice weird things. You started the day early and wander about the quiet corridors as you walk to your first class. Only a few students are here, as mostly teachers hurry about preparing for their first classes. Stopping by your locker, you grab the book for your first class, then pop into the classroom. After you had detention yesterday, you're not keen to get into any more trouble. Oh, you're early too? Yeah. Hey, Emily. You watch Emily examine you closely with a sly smile. You recognize her from detention yesterday, but you haven't really spoken to each other before. I was hoping I'd get a chance to talk to you after we were in detention together. What'd you even do to get in trouble? I was late to class again. Yeah, that's what they got me for too, and why I'm here just as early as you. She sighs, pauses, then lets out a yawn. But I guess it's just you and me for a minute. What's your name again? Well, I'm Emmy. Oh yeah, Emmy, that's right. I'm so bad with names. The teacher walks in and starts erasing the last lesson's notes off the board as other students slowly trickle in. Later's, Emmy. The teacher drones on about some boring lecture about the color orange for the whole class, or at least that's what you managed to write notes about. You're too tired to pay close attention to the class because you were up late playing video games again. The bell rings, and you wander out slowly, following everyone. You spot Emily, stopped at a locker in the hallway talking to your friend Maya, who kept you up late last night to grind for loot in the new RPG you've been playing together, Castle Caloroxis. Also, I should note, I don't know if I'm pronouncing any of these things right. There's words sometimes that are just, I have to guess. So I'm doing my best. Maya pulls a silly face at you, and then they both walk to their next class. You grab your next book out of your locker and head back into the same classroom. You've known Maya for a few years now. She lives across the street from you, above a convenience store. She stands out because she is always carrying her laptop around, which makes the occasional distracted beep, and has a huge yellow puffy coat. You mosey over to your seat and join the other students as they are milling in. Students, I'd like to introduce you to a new student joining us today. A student with a huge jumper and long black boots stands up at the front of the classroom, smiling but a little shy. No one seems to notice that she's very obviously a demon. You try not to stare. Teacher, this is, It's Molly, miss. The teacher sighs and barely looks up from their desk, mentally preparing for the class to begin. Sure thing, take a seat, Molly. And, maybe get that sunburn looked at, yes? The teacher doesn't even seem to notice anything weird about the new student. You wonder if you're the only person seeing them. Class drags on, with the teacher droning on about wacky things that happen in history. One student in particular, who you think is pretty new as well, seems to constantly ask questions. Taking a glance over at Molly, you see that she's practically hiding under her hoodie and barely paying attention to the teacher. The bell rings and you follow everyone out into the hallway, again, to put your books back into your locker. An impatient face appears beside you. You're in my way. You would look up to match her gaze, but you're completely distracted by the huge sword she carries by her side. How the heck did she get a sword in here, through the metal detectors? Your puzzled and stunned face doesn't stop her from nudging you aside to get into her locker. You watch silently as she throws her things inside, then hurries off. You can't be sure, but you think that the sword somehow just pulled an obscene face at you. Entering the cafeteria for lunch a bit late, you find it is already pretty crowded. Let's go sit with Molly, she's by herself and she's new here, we gotta make friends. You decide to go over and sit with Molly, who's sitting by herself. As you approach her table, she barely notices you. She seems to be staring off into space. Hey Molly. She looks over at you shyly as you sit across from her. She gently peels back her hood, and you can see her small red horns poking through her hair. She catches you staring at them and looks away. Awkwardly, you try to stir up a conversation. How's your first day going so far? Molly looks up at you as you ask, and you try to smile encouragingly. Slow, I guess. It's definitely a change from what I'm used to. Where did you transfer from? You watch as she fidgets uncomfortably. That was probably a dumb question. She's a demon, right? She's probably from hell or somewhere equally unpleasant. Florida. You try not to look shocked at the answer. I've never been. Did you like it there? It's okay. I do feel a bit weird being all the way out here. Oh, it is certainly very quiet. Awkwardly sitting in silence. You both sit there, comfortably in silence, listening to the sounds of the other students excitedly chatting. She puts one earbud in to listen to some music and gives you a gentle smile. You both enjoy the relaxing lunchtime in the cafeteria, and Molly seems to appreciate not being completely alone on her first day. She also probably appreciates not being bothered about her appearance either. The bell goes off and you both get swept away from the cafeteria through the crowds of other students. Looking back, you manage to flash each other a little smile as you stumble out. You don't have any more class left for the day, so you can go home early. One of the perks of being about to graduate. You take your regular shortcut towards your house through the cluster of trees behind the school. The suburb you live in is pretty rural, so apart from the occasional wildlife, it's a quiet place to be. Your place is on the main road, but a little way down from where most of the shops are, so you're lucky to have the convenience store across the street. As you walk along, you spot another student seemingly hiding behind one of the hot rocks. Hey there. Ah! Oh, it's just a kid. I thought you were a teacher. Willow, whom you have a class with on Tuesdays, turns away from you to pick up a potted plant. Are you skipping class or something? Yes, but shh, please don't tell. She blushes a bit. Skipping classes doesn't seem to be something she does often. It's a woodworking class. I just couldn't bear to drill holes in it and glue it to strange things. She shudders thinking about it. As you look closer, you see a strange creature in the pocket of her overalls. You decide not to think about it. Today has been too weird already. Don't worry, I'll keep your secret. Thanks! You slowly trudge through the tree-clogged path and get back to your house. Your parents aren't home yet, and it's already started to get darker pretty early in the day. You heat up some of last night's leftover lasagna and carry it up to your room. What should I get up to? We should probably study, actually, given the finals are coming soon. Knowing things is good. You decide to resist the allure of your latest video game adventure and open up some of your study books to catch up on some of your coursework. Hopefully this means your finals soon will be less stressful. Your alarm goes off and you silence it with a groan. You're a little tired still, but at least you got a chance to study last night. Are you ready to come down for breakfast yet, Emmy? Looking around, you quickly throw on some clean clothes and head downstairs. Were you up late playing video games again, Emmy? Nah, I actually caught up on some of my notes. Got finals coming up in a few days. That doesn't sound like you at all. You must be pretty worried about the upcoming finals, huh? I just want to be prepared is all. Mum pushes the materials to make your own bowl of cereal to you from across the table, while she finishes up her own breakfast. Anything exciting happened in school yesterday? I met a few new people who I hadn't really talked to before. Anyone interesting? Molly! Yeah, this new student Molly was introduced in one of my classes today. I probably shouldn't mention that she looks like a demon. She's pretty shy, but I guess it's understandable since it's her first day here. You should try and talk to her more then. Be her friend. She could probably use someone to help her get settled. That's a good idea. Thanks, Mom. I will befriend Molly. That seems like a good plan. Finishing up your breakfast, you stagger back upstairs to finish getting ready for school, then head out walking through your usual shortcut through the woods. You end up arriving at school early again, while not many people are around yet. You wonder if Emily is here early again as well. No one seems to be here, so you decide to get comfortable in your seat and get your books up for a minute or two of quick study. Catching up on some notes? Yeah, just wanted to get through some notes quickly before class. I'm Alana. I've only been here a little while. I think we've got 2 classes together. You wonder why so many people keep coming to the school right towards the end of the year. You remember seeing her in one of your history classes. She was the one asking so many questions. You any good at history? I'm super interested in it, but there's so much to take in. Want to maybe tutor me? I could help you with maths or something. She pulls a cute face as she asks, hoping it'll help you say yes. Yeah, maybe. I do okay in history class. Awesome. I'm in the library after school this afternoon if you want to come find me. Yeah, cool. You both smile at each other before settling down into your own seats. The teacher wanders in as a few other students have already taken their seats around the classroom. Looking around the classroom, you spot a few familiar faces, specifically Molly, who you sat and had lunch with yesterday. As you're looking over at her, you smile and wave. She gives you a big smile back and waves quickly before returning her attention to the teacher. The teacher then begins to drone on about what will be on the final exam. You listen intently, but often you find yourself curious as to what the other students are doing. The bell rings after a long, boring class. Before you all run off to your next class, don't forget the prom is coming up soon, so make sure you get your tickets or you're gonna miss out. Do we know what the theme is yet? I need to play my outfit. Kiana is one of the most popular girls at the school. She's also the football team quarterback. Rumor is they still haven't found the ball she threw at the tryouts. No, Kiana, the theme hasn't been revealed yet. Hopefully early next week, the principal will make an announcement. Oh yeah, the prom. I should probably figure out who I'm gonna ask for the prom. You follow the rest of your classmates into the hallway to get your books for the next class. You see June walking up the hallway towards you, and her locker. You're in my way again. She seems just as grumpy as she was yesterday. Sorry. Go easy on Emmy, June. Emily, who just showed up out of nowhere, seems to have your back. June barely reacts and quietly trudges off to her next class. Sorry about her, she's going through some family stuff at the moment. It's cool, I'm not upset or anything. We're actually good friends, not that you'd notice. You notice the corridor has emptied as the next class is about to start. I'm gonna be late for class again. I better run, thanks though. You scoop your books out of your locker and zip to your next class. You walk into your next class late, to a withering stare from your teacher. As I was saying, K.E. Burchett said, colors seen together to produce a pleasing, effective response are said to be in harmony, and humans have the ability to perceive 2.8 million different colors. Therein, it becomes quite difficult to accurately choose a palette that will adequately convey the feeling to the audience that you are intending. Some theorists and artists believe juxtapositions of complementary color will produce strong contrast, a sense of visual tension as well as color harmony, while others believe juxtapositions of analogous colors will elicit a positive aesthetic response. Ensure that you are paying attention to what colors you're using. Often creating a small test palette and measuring those colors against where they will be painted will give you the opportunity to visualize how they will fit. You look down at the few notes that you've scribbled on your sketchbook. You only signed up for our art class for final year thinking it would be a cruisy experience, but you were mistaken. Looking over to the desk next to yours, you can see Sophie vividly sketching a picture of something brown. It's probably too early to guess what it is. You spend some time working on sketches of your own. It isn't long before the bell for lunch rings and you follow the crowd into the cafeteria. Looking around the cafeteria, you notice a few people at different tables that you recognize. Who'd you sit with today? Molly again, cause Mom said I should be nice to her. You decide to go over and sit with Molly, who's sitting by herself. You walk over to Molly's table and sit across from her. She looks up, taking her headphones out. Hey again. She lets out a small smile. She seems to enjoy your company. Hey, what are you listening to? It's really weird, and I'm kind of embarrassed to say, aha. You're talking to a complete weirdo over here. I'm sure it can't be that strange. It's a podcast. This guy just sits on his balcony in the city and describes stuff that he can see going on. I know it sounds super boring, but it's relaxing. For the most part, he describes what people are wearing as they walk past, but also points out cool cars that he sees. You're right, that is weird. It's like the ultimate slice of life kind of experience. It helps me get away from stressful places. Yeah, that I can understand. Can you show me some? You slide around to the table to sit next to her, and she offers you one of the earbuds. I'll start it again from the start for you. Wouldn't want to miss anything. She giggles and starts the show for you. Good afternoon, listeners. It is currently a chilly day here, which means, you guessed it, it's winter coat season. We've got a middle-aged businesswoman taking it slow through the streets as her beige scarf wiggles around in the wind. Not far behind her is a bald guy that I bet is regretting not wearing a beanie today. You hear the bell go off, over the podcast. That's not that bad. Feels more like something to listen to before bed and help you relax, haha. Yeah, I do that sometimes too. You both pack up your things and start heading to your different classes. Catch you later! You head out to your locker to get your books for the next class. As you settle into your last class of the day, the teacher is already running through the class at top speed. All students are furiously scribbling to try and keep up with the note-taking pace. You don't seem to bother keeping up. The year's almost over anyway. Okay, now choose a partner to continue working on this amongst yourselves. You look around at who your partner should be. Maybe Molly, who's sitting up in the back by herself. You decide to approach Molly. Hey, need a partner? Yeah. Did you catch what we're supposed to be doing? Not really. I'm not very good with this sort of thing. I'm a pictures, not a words person. That I totally get. I'm the same, would rather play a video game than read a book. Yeah. What did you want to do then? Want to just listen to some more of that podcast and scribble something random down? Yeah, okay. I've got the latest episode here. Molly offers you one of the earphones and you put it in. Today's episode is actually going to be pretty exciting as there's been some kind of fender bender outside. It looks like a little hatchback has slid among some of the snow and has slid along some of the snow and bumped into the back of a workman's ute. They're both out and arguing. Well, I think it's arguing. It's a lot of arm waving if it isn't arguing. Looks like the tow truck is just showing up now. In peeling away the smaller car from the truck, it's created an unholy metal scraping noise that you might have been able to hear. I am not jealous of that guy right now. You get distracted by the bell ringing and start to pack up your things. Molly seemed to appreciate your company, even if you didn't really complete the schoolwork. The teacher gives you a frown as you walk out of the classroom. Well, that's it for your classes today. What are you going to do this afternoon? Well, I offered to help tutor Alana, so let's go help tutor Alana. And nobody else invited me to anything. You decide to head over to the town's library to study with Alana. The school doesn't have one, as it is pretty small, but the town's library is fairly cozy and not that far away. As you wander through the different areas of the library, you notice Alana sitting down in a big armchair, reading through a textbook. She lights up as she notices your approach. Hey, Emmy! You wave quietly over to her, and you both move into one of the study rooms. So what did you want to work on? You watch Alana put down the textbook. Well, I was wondering if I could just ask you some questions about stuff I might have missed. Sure, whatever works. Why did the Romans need to build aqueducts? Isn't there water underground? Aqueducts were for a lot of things. They supplied public baths, latrines, fountains, private households, and lots of stuff. Okay, so they would move it where they needed it. That's a lot of different uses. Wow, you really did study! Why couldn't they just carry the water from the ocean? Isn't your planet like mostly oceans? Well, you can't drink ocean water for a start. Okay, then. Alana looks down at her notes before asking you another question. What caused the fall of Rome? Neither of these things helped, but honestly, really this one was the big problem. Slaves? Yeah, most of the ancient world was built with slaves. That's horrifying. Well, it's illegal now, so I wouldn't be too worried about it. Humans were barbaric for a long time. They sure were. Why is Rome important to Earth history anyway? 1 second. You flipped through the textbook, knowing that there was a summary page somewhere that answered that question. After a few seconds of flicking through pages, you find the passage. Well, during the time of the Empire, significant developments were also advanced in the fields of medicine, law, religion, government, and warfare. The Romans were adept at borrowing from and improving upon those inventions or concepts they found among the indigenous populace of the regions they conquered. Human history is complicated. Alana pauses, just studying your face for a moment. Do you like learning about history? Yeah. It's stuff that actually happened, and it's important to get a sense of where we came from as a people. But it also gives perspective of how far we've come. Wow, I guess that's true. There's just so much to take in, so many different peoples, conflicts, and more. Alana looks away, and sees the night sky through the window. She pauses just to stare at the stars. It's getting dark. I should get going. Yeah, good idea. Let's get you home. Leaving the library, you find that it's already darker than you thought. I'll walk you back to your place. Thanks. And thanks for coming and helping out. I appreciate the company. It's been difficult adjusting to my new home. Kiana is fantastic and I appreciate her taking me in. But it's just not home, you know? I get it. What's it like for you back home? Crowded. I'm from the biggest city in Talrea. There's huge buildings everywhere. Tons of traffic. It's hard to see the stars because of it all. I miss a lot of the little things, like the food I would have regularly. A lot of the stuff you have here is so sweet. Oh yeah, a lot of sugar and everything. Alana pauses and looks over at you. I'm glad I left too. My people are being torn apart by war. I saw too much fighting up close. Had a tangle with one of the scariest warlords of my people. I ended up here by accident while trying to escape. That's horrible. I hope you're okay. And I hope you come to love this new home as much as Talrea. It certainly has its own beauty. Alana stops out the front of one of the houses. We're here. Kiana spots you through the open garage door at the side of the house and comes over. Hey, Alana. Is this your study buddy? Yeah. Kiana, this is Emmy. Hey, Emmy, how did studying go? Emmy is super smart and was really helpful. That's great. You're home just in time for dinner, too. Kiana turns around to walk back inside. I'll catch you later, okay? Thanks for walking me home. Alana waves as she walks inside with Kiana. You start walking home back to your place. It isn't that far from here. What a day. You settle into bed, exhausted. It was cool studying with Alana tonight. She seemed to appreciate the help. But I can't seem to shake the feeling that she's definitely not from this planet. She seems just like any other person, though. It's hard to tell. Maybe if I get a chance to talk to her more, I'll find out what's going on. This is going to be a longer episode than I realized. But I'm doing it anyway because I promised Amity one-offs, which means I can't make them series as is. You wake up, groggy from a big day yesterday. Rolling over, you see the alarm displaying an alarming number. I'm late! You throw on some clothes and scoop up your bag. Hurrying through the kitchen, you grab a snack and shoot out the door. Shuffling into the first class of the day, barely on time, you slump into a chair, still tired from yesterday. The teacher slowly walks in and sets up their laptop at their desk and starts preparing their lesson notes. You're all distracted as the PA system crackles to life. Ominous voice. I know you attend this school, you wannabe superheroes. You invaded my crypt, destroyed the beginnings of my skeleton army, and you will be made to regret it. I will find out who you all are and expose your secret to the world. Anyone not found to be a regular school student should fear my scrutinous eyes. I will find you all and expose you so that my undead uprising shall turn you all into skeletons with a skeleton army. PA cuts out and you see everyone awkwardly looking around at each other. The teacher lets out a big sigh. Let's ignore that bizarre practical joke and get back to the class, shall we? You wonder who could potentially be the superheroes they meant. Could it be Molly? Could Molly, a demon, be a superhero? Is Willow having a weird forest friend a superpower? You daydream through most of the class, the announcement leaving you confused and anxious. The bell rings and all of the students pile into the now crowded hallway, students all bustling and jittering about the announcement. Maya squishes through the crowd to pop up next to you. Is it you? Huh? Oh, hey. Are you the superhero? I'd think you'd have noticed if I was a superhero by now. We spent enough time together, and I don't exactly vanish to the town's phone booth that often. I bet you would wear a super dorky costume, too. Sew it yourself like Spider-Man, too. I would be a super cool superhero, if I was one. You could totally be the superhero. Is being better than you at video games a superpower? Yes. You both laugh, and Maya spots Kiana muscling through the crowded corridor. Kiana! Oh, hey, Maya. How weird was that announcement? I know, we were just talking about it. Is it you? Yeah, why? Wait, really? No. Kiana winks at you, leaving you very confused. I really am starting to worry about what it's all about. Think it's some kind of prank, or is it some kind of teaser about the prom theme? Honestly, with the weird stuff around here, I'm worried it's legit. Okay, wow, now I'm worried. I've got to do some stuff quickly before lunch. Catch you later? Yeah. You wave as Kiana heads off. I'm sure it's nothing, right? Lunch? Yeah, I'm right behind you. I'll grab a free table. You both walk into the cafeteria, which is similarly noisy with excitement caused by the announcement. Looking about, you wonder who to sit with. Molly! Actually, Maya, let's go sit with Molly. Yeah, okay. Hey, Molly. Hey. Hey. Molly puts away her headphones as you both settle into your seats. What was that you were listening to? Oh, was it more of the podcast? Yeah. What podcast? It's called Every Day. Oh, that dude who just describes his view from his balcony. I love that show. You do? Yeah, it's great in the background while I'm just tinkering on things. I usually have it playing when I'm in bed or working on my computer. That's so cool. I only found it recently. I've been using it to help drown out some of the crowd noise here. Oh, I totally get that. I used to blast music and sit by myself. But Emmy here just kept pushing me to be social. Yeah, being a hermit isn't a good look on you. Hey now, I like being a hermit. I could handle being a hermit. I don't like big groups of people. But Mom says that I shouldn't hide away. I have to try and be social. That's not so bad. You're welcome to just hang out with us. We're not that scary. Only Emmy's cooking is scary. Hey, that was one time, Maya. And it was my first time trying to make that. It was a microwave meal and it attacked me. Leapt out of the microwave at me. I nearly died. Really? A microwave meal? Normally I just heat up leftovers or we eat snacks until we're sick. Ugh, yeah. Like the licorice popcorn incident. The what? Yeah, let's not go there. The bell rings and you all wave goodbye and wander off to your next class. Catch you laters. Laters. You wander into the classroom of your final class for the day. Today is another short day for you. You watch as the teacher scribbles some details onto the board about a group assignment. As part of our public speaking module, we've set up an assignment. Students will choose their own pairs, then write and rehearse a 1-minute speech on any topic they like. Then, together they will practice by performing the speech to each other. Then tomorrow you will all present your speeches to the class. Take some time now to form into your pairs and discuss your plans. Looking around the room, you see a few faces that you recognize that might be a good choice for this project. Molly! I'm just gonna press Molly every time Molly is an option. You decide to approach Molly for the project. Hey Molly! Hey! Did you want to work together on the homework project? Sure! Did you want to go back to my place after this class? I'm free after this. Yeah, same. Sounds good. What topic were you thinking of doing? Oh, I don't know. I'm gonna talk about, superheroes. Yep. Superheroes? I wouldn't have guessed. I'm not sure what I'm gonna pick. What about the podcast? Maybe. The bell rings and most of the students begin to pack up to leave. Ready to go? Yeah, let's go. I'm not that far from here. Cool. How long have you lived here? Not that long. I accidentally skipped one, but it's fine because I can read. My mom moved us here only a month or so ago. I was supposed to finish out the semester online, but Mom was worried I'd feel a bit shut in. That makes sense. Have you been enjoying it here? There's some benefits. There's a lot less people staring at me all the time. That's one of the main reasons Mom wanted to leave the city. She gets it a lot worse than me, though. She's, more red? Sure, more red. This is me here. Looks like no one's home yet. This is the, lounge room. The house came with the furniture. It's very artsy. Yeah, Dad loves it. Did you want to just work on it in here? Yeah, this room is safest. So superheroes, huh? It was just what I first thought of. Which I suppose means it'll be easier for me. What did you think about doing for yours? I'm not sure. I could do one about my dad? Oh yeah? What about? Well, he's a musician. He plays guitar in a band called Half Empty. He's usually away on tour, but since we moved here, he's been recording in a studio a suburb or two over. That's pretty cool. Yeah, I'm a bit of a fan. I usually wear the band hoodie because they have a bunch lying around in the garage. Sounds like you've got your topic sorted out then. Yeah, I guess so. I wonder if anyone in the class knows the band. I don't know, I hadn't. Maya probably would. It sounds like her jam. I like Maya, she's fun. Definitely, I feel like I've known her forever. We should find a video game the three of us can all play together. Then you can hang out with us and chat while we're online. That sounds like fun. Remind me to ask her about it. Okay. You hear high heels loudly clacking on the concrete walkway up towards the house. Sounds like Mom's home. Be cool. She can be cranky sometimes. Oh, yeah, okay. The front door opened and in steps a person who could only be Molly's mother. Molly, darling, are you home? Daddy's going to be home late again. But I have a craving for ordering in. Oh, darling, it looks like you've already brought us something to eat. This is Emmy, one of my friends from school. Hey. You nervously wave. Hi there, I'm the mother, Isarabelle, but you can call me Izzy. You stand there awkwardly looking at them both, whilst you feel uncomfortably out of place. Here to study together, huh? Molly awkwardly looks at the floor. You find yourself nodding awkwardly. I've got some things to tidy up in the basement, but you two definitely do anything you think I would approve of. Okay. You should get going. I've got to help Mom sort out dinner. See you tomorrow, though? Yeah. You manage to slip up to your room quietly and turn on your computer. Emmy, is that you? Yeah, Mom, just got home. Your mom comes up into the room to check on you. Hey, I haven't seen you in a while. You've been busy, huh? Yeah, I had to go over to Molly's place to work on a homework assignment. Sorry I'm home late. Very busy then, Oh, I heard about that weird announcement this morning from one of the other mums. Oh yeah, I bet the mum group chat is blowing up about that. Most of them think it's nonsense, and others are scared of anything, so who's to say? Do you know of any superheroes at your school? Do I need to be worried about supervillains attacking or something? I'm pretty sure Molly's a demon. A demon? Can demons even be superheroes? I mean, yeah, probably. Nightcrawler, Daredevil's not a... whatever. Kid Devil, Blue Devil. I thought she just had a weird skin condition. I'm pretty sure the announcement is just a hoax. Maybe it's a prank leading up to a superhero-themed prom? They haven't announced the prom theme yet. Maybe I'm onto them. If I'm kidnapped, take lots of photos of your outfit for me. Mom. Alright, I'll leave you alone. Want me to bring up some food? Did you eat? Yes, please. Thanks, Mom. Eventually you decide to climb into bed. Tomorrow will surely be weirder than today. Emmy! Groggily, you open your eyes and stare at the ceiling for a moment. Emmy! You roll to one side and see that your alarm clock isn't supposed to go off for a while yet. Yeah? Your mom opens the door to your room and stares at you from the doorway. It turns out that after the mum group chat blew up last night, someone whined to the principal. Yeah, I don't know if you've noticed yet. This game is Australian, so there's a couple of places where it's different than my American English, and sometimes I'm not sure if I'm saying it the right way. Because I've read the stuff, but I haven't necessarily heard it, you know? Oh yeah? They're declaring it a terrorist threat until they can figure out what really happened. That feels a bit much. What's more is, they're expecting us all to homeschool until it's resolved. But you know I can't do that, sweetie. I have to be at work. They've set up a buddy system, though, so that you can go and work and study with a friend or something. That seems easy enough. I guess I'll see if Maya hasn't paired with someone yet. There's a big parent meeting thing on tonight, so I'll be home late. I have to run. See you tonight. And don't just play video games all day, okay? Love you. Bye. You call out and I love you as she hurries out of the house. Slowly, you drag yourself out of bed and flick off the alarm clock so it doesn't go off later. Sliding into your desk chair, you power up your computer. Logging in, you see a message from Maya. Just got the news about being stuck at home. I'm just gonna stay home and grind for loot for the store. Kiana asked me for your number. Hope that's okay. You probably could have guessed that Maya was gonna take advantage of the time at home. It is unexpected that Kiana wanted to get in touch. A rumbling in your stomach tells you breakfast is the new priority. Thudding down the stairs, you raid the kitchen for your regular cereal. Looks like Mom left some food in the fridge for you, too. While sitting at the kitchen table, your phone rings. Hello? Hey, Emmy. Hey, Kiana. Did you hear about the study buddy thing already? Yeah, I was gonna pair up with Willow, but her parents are taking it really seriously and took time off to homeschool. I was having a big vent to Maya about how silly the whole thing is, and she said that you'd probably be free today. Do you want to buddy up? I kinda just want to play video games today. Maya's always hassling me that I'm behind on levels, and she's staying home to grind too. Maybe it means we can group up and do stuff. Maya said she'd set herself to hostile and PvP you if you log in. She thinks you need to get out more. Mean, but okay. Well, let's buddy up then. Awesome! Do you want to come to my place? Yeah, sure. Give me a little bit and I'll head over. Cool. I'll send you my address just in case. See you then! You keep absent-mindedly munching on your breakfast, occasionally wondering about what today's gonna be like. Throwing on some clothes, you head out to Kiana's place. When you get there, Kiana's in the garage with the door open doing some light exercises. She guides you into the living room and you both get comfortable on the couch. I don't know if I actually want to do any studying today. I'm all wired up now that everything is going weird. I totally get that. There's this big meeting for all the parents this afternoon. Some big cafe in the city. Mom's gonna be home late because of it. She wasn't very happy about it. They're supposed to discuss what the plan is going forward. That's a worry. Do you expect there will be more time at home like this? What about the exams? I'm not sure. Maybe. I'm more worried about one of my friends might get hurt because of this. Yeah, that makes sense. The same kind of witch hunt where they won't believe that we're not superheroes or whatever. Exactly. I wish there was something we could do. We could probably try investigating to figure out who was the one that made the announcement. That's a good idea. Where could we even start? Well, if the school's gonna be empty tonight, maybe there's some clues there? Surveillance footage? Surely there's something in the principal's office that could give us a clue. I think I know just who we need to get the surveillance footage and get out. Kiana reaches into her pocket and starts texting away. Who? Maya. If we can get her into the principal's office. I accidentally opened the menu. She can get the footage off the computer and get out faster than anyone. Yeah, that's true for sure. She's in. It took no convincing. She must be thinking the same things we are. I wouldn't be surprised if all the students are. Well, we've got a few hours before we meet up with Maya. What do you want to do? Study, I guess? That sounds so boring. I feel so restless. Want to just go for a walk or something? We could go to the woods. It's pretty near the school for when we meet Maya. That sounds great. Give me 1 second to grab some stuff. You wait while Kiana grabs a few things for tonight and puts on some walking shoes. It doesn't take long for you to walk across the small town and into the edge of the forest trail. This was a good idea. I'm just feeling a bit overwhelmed. Yeah, kinda. I'm worried about my friends. I'm worried about how Mom's gonna panic about the whole thing. She doesn't need any more worry than she already has. Since Dad's been deployed for the last few months, things have been stressful for her. It's tough having him away. I bet. We're gonna find out who made that announcement. Turns out right-clicking does that, and that's what I keep doing on accident instead of left-clicking. Maya's gonna crack the whole thing wide open, and we'll be able to go back to just worrying about normal things like exams and prom. Prom! How are we supposed to go to prom if we're not even at the school for the last few weeks? I don't want prom to be cancelled. I was looking forward to it. And maybe having someone cute ask me to it. Wear a fancy dress. It's still gonna happen, don't worry. Kiana sighs and leans up against a tree. Thanks, Emmy. Things are a bit stressful at the moment. I appreciate you listening to me rant like this. No worries, I totally get it. You hear Kiana's phone buzz from her pocket. Maya just texted me to meet her at the parking garage near the front office. I've never been in there before. It's not that far from here. You and Kiana walk a short distance to the school grounds and spot the entrance to the parking garage in the distance. You can see Maya's familiar bright yellow coat as she stands near the entrance. You all quietly wave to each other as you get closer. Then you all slip inside and cling to the side wall, pausing for a moment to check out the area. There's still a few cars here. It means we might bump into someone who will get us into trouble. Or worse, the person we're looking for. Maybe. Kiana and I will help you keep a lookout. Worst case, I'll make a distraction to help you get out. What's important is getting Maya into the office and then out safely. Exactly. How do we get in? Isn't there a lock or something? There's an electronic lock. Oh, easy then. Huh? I have a thing for that. Right. Come on then. With what seemed like just a touch of her hand, Maya opened the door and you all slipped quietly inside. There doesn't seem to be anyone around. Shh, someone's coming. In here, come on. You all shuffle into an empty classroom and wait for the footsteps to subside. You peek out into the corridor and see there's no one around. Come on, let's go. Slinging along up the corridor, you find the principal's office. You've only been in here once before, but everyone knows where it is. You stand aside so that Maya can open the electronic lock. Piling into the empty office, you close the door behind you quietly. Alright, I'll get started. Keep an eye on the corridor through the window. Got it. Emmy, see if you can see the security cam live feed. It might be easier to keep a lookout. You walk over to the desk across the big room. Maya's already set up, looking through the computer files. Here, you can see it on this screen. Most of the corridors are empty. There's only one car left in the garage, and I right-clicked again. This is going to take a little bit to download all the footage from that day. If I just open it on the computer, then all someone was looking at this time. Right. How long? Maybe 10 minutes? Anything at the door? Looks clear. Kiana presses an ear to the door to check for noises. Quiet, too. Okay, we're done. Let's get out of here. Heading for the exit, you hear the footsteps again. Quick, in here! Swear I heard something. After waiting for a moment, you manage to successfully escape. You all head back to Maya's place. Phew, that was a close one. Yeah. You watch Maya plug her laptop into one of her computers. Kiana sits down on the bed and you sit next to her. Too close. Did you manage to get anything useful? Just opening it up now. It was during the first class, right? Yeah. The room was empty for that whole hour. What does that mean? Well, maybe they did it remotely? So we've got nothing? Well, not nothing. Just not the answer. Dang it! It's alright. I'm sure we'll still figure it out. Would have been careless of them to let it be this easy. You're right. I might be able to turn something up with some time. We might get lucky yet. For now, let's just go home. Good idea. Kiana heads on out. She seems a bit unhappy with how things are going. Thanks for coming tonight. It's good to have backup. You were gonna go by yourself? I was thinking about it. Once I heard everyone's parents were going out to this thing, I was worried it was really bad. I know how rough it still is for me, having lost my parents. I don't want any of our friends or families to be in danger. I totally get it, and I'll help wherever I can. I got your back. Thanks, Emmy. You're the best. I should go. Mom will hassle me. Yeah, of course. I'll check on Kiana at some point, too. Good idea. Make sure you get something to eat, too. Of course, it's pizza night. Nice. Alright, I'm out of here. I'll message you when I get home. We can hop into a raid or something. Yeah, maybe. I'll probably be trying to work this thing out. No worries, let me know. Of course. You head down the stairs and slip past the convenience store onto the street. You don't see Kiana anywhere. She must have gotten home already. Walking home, everything is eerily quiet. You wonder how the big parent meeting went. Hopefully the sheriff or something is at least trying to find this weird person. Surely a threat against the school is something taken seriously? I'm doing my best. Even a weird school like yours. You better hurry home. Mom is probably waiting. You get home, and it's pretty late. You can see your dad's car is parked out the front, but all the lights are off. Everyone must be asleep already. Quietly, you sneak up to your room and turn the computer on. Maya messages you as soon as you get online. Hey, Emmy. That new girl, Molly, added me while we were out. I've just been chatting with her while I was waiting for you to get home, and she's pretty cool. We should all hang out more. I enjoyed the time I've had the chance to talk to her. She's definitely interesting. It must be tough transferring to a new school. Yeah, we should try and bring her along in our weird adventures. Sounds good. What are you doing tomorrow? Just gonna stay home, honestly. I'm pretty invested in trying to figure this all out. Not just for my peace of mind, but Kiana's as well. Hopefully, I'll find something that we can all follow up on. Good luck! I should get to sleep early tonight. Mom's always hassling me about you keeping me up late at night playing video games. So she should. I'm a bad influence on you. You don't get bags under your eyes like mine unless you're skipping out on beauty sleep, which you so desperately need. Why do you hate me, Maya? Oh, hang on. I'm getting a call from Sophie? Oh yeah, she mentioned to me that she was trying to get people to play in her role-playing game campaign. I wasn't really keen when I figured out she meant a pen and paper game. I suggested she get in touch with you. You could use some more friends. Wow, you really do hate me. I'll catch you later then. Text me if anything shows up. Will do. Hey, Sophie. Hey, Emmy. I hope it's not too late. I saw you online and I wanted to catch you quickly before bed. Yeah, Maya told me that you were looking for people for your game on the weekend. Yeah, we are trying to get some players in. At the moment, it's Alana, Declan, and I. Maya suggested I invite Molly as well, but she's a little hesitant. I think if I run her through some stuff online and get her a bit more familiar, she might be more comfortable. Would you be keen to come and join us? Yeah, maybe. Okay, I won't bug you about it. Ring me on Saturday if you're keen. Sure. I should go to bed. I'll catch you later, okay? Good night. You let Sophie hang up on you, unsure what's really going on. You power down the computer and sit in the darkness, letting your mind go blank. It takes a moment before you find the focus to actually crawl into bed. What a weird couple of days. Your dreams are weird and hard to remember. You find yourself wandering around the woods, lost. Your shoe catches on every root and rock. You step in a puddle and your socks get wet. Everywhere you look seems unfamiliar. A bright being entrances you. You feel relaxed, safe. You shake yourself awake from your weird dream. It's already light out. You can hear your parents talking downstairs. It takes a while for you to summon the strength to stand up. Groggily, you walk down the stairs to grab some breakfast. Morning, sleepyhead. Are you excited for some homeschooling today? What? I'm just kidding, we both have to work. Did you have anything fun planned for today? Not yet, I'm still waking up. Up late again? She looks at you very pointedly, as if she knew the answer. Just a big day. Sounds like you've been busy lately. So much excitement going on in this tiny town. Your mother was just telling me about the parent-teacher meeting. Some crazy stuff happening lately. Yeah, a little. My friends and I are kind of worried about it. It's confusing to know who is actually being threatened, or if the announcement was just someone mad. Who knows? The whole thing sounds ridiculous to me. If we had superheroes in this town, I'd feel a lot safer. Nothing really happy it's here anyway. It's not like we're in some big city with lots of crime. For someone to swing down and stop a mugging or whatever. We all know each other. I'm surprised we don't know who they're talking about. Parent-teacher meeting was mostly fear-mongering and hysteria. I'm not really worried, but I want you to try and be safe, Emmy, okay? Yeah, of course. There's a knock at the door, unexpectedly. Your dad gets up to answer it, and you look to see a familiar face at the door. Hey, is Emmy in? Your dad turns and points to you. Someone here for you, Emmy. Is this your girlfriend? Oh, shush, Howard. Don't embarrass Emmy any more than needed. Hey, Willow. I'll come out. Just give me a second. You rush upstairs and pack a bag quickly and come back down. Going out to study? Yep. You say over your shoulder as you rush out. You both quickly walk down the path and into the wooded area behind your house. Sorry if that was awkward. I was walking along here and I spotted you through the back window. Thought I might invite you along, if that's okay? Yeah, totally fine. I hadn't planned anything for today yet. I talked to Maya this morning when I got up, and she said you two weren't doing anything today. So when I saw you through the window, I thought I'd go and ask. It's cool. What's the plan for today? There's a particular plant I'm looking for. I haven't seen one yet, but I'm told that it grows further up the mountain here. I'm hoping that I can get some to grow in a pot in my place. Yeah, okay, shouldn't be too difficult. Kiana was going to come with me, but she didn't reply when I messaged her. I hope she's okay. She's just mad at this whole situation and frustrated with not being able to do anything about it. I think we all are. It doesn't make any sense that someone would go after a bunch of students like this. Exactly. Anyway, a nice hike up the mountains is probably the perfect way to take our minds off it. Good point. You both start walking up towards the summit, the uphill climb taking a lot of energy out of you, but you don't show it. I've always enjoyed walking through here. It's just so far away from the concrete wasteland of our town. The birds chirp to each other, and the trees make the air feel so fresh. It's so weird to me that people could want to cut down so many places like this. It's all about greed, really. Did you catch that movie, Slicker? The one Maya was talking about so much? That's the one! It's her favorite movie. But basically, a giant monster is created because humans continually prioritize money over each other and the well-being of the planet. And Slicker, the monster, specifically hunts businessmen and really greedy people. I think you'd like it. Is it scary? I don't think so, not really. Maybe we should watch it sometime then. Definitely, I think you'd like it. Ooh look, we're nearly at the peak. That was quick. Let's just stop here for a minute. I'm not sure which direction to go looking in yet, and I could use a minute to catch my breath. Yeah, sure. I thought you were homeschooling with your parents this week? How'd you manage to get a chance to go out hiking today? My parents are super into nature, it's kinda where I picked it up from. I just asked if I could have some time to meditate in the woods, and they enthusiastically encouraged it. I really just wanted a break from school stuff. It's all so much right now. Yeah, I understand. The other thing is that I'm worried about my little friend here. I've been looking after him for a while, and I think it's because the forest is slowly no longer safe for the forest spirits. And he came to me to try and get my help. But I'm not sure what to do. Looking at the little spirit in her hand, you remember your dream from this morning. And you wandering around the woods. You don't know if it's relevant, so you don't bring it up. Well, I'm definitely here to help. Thanks, Emmy. Ready to keep going? Yeah, I'm good. I'm not sure which way. How about you stop and take a look to get a feel. You stop to take a look around to get a feel for which way you think might be best. This way? Sure, sounds good. You both start hiking across the clearing, watching the trees get thicker and closer together as you move deeper into the forest. Hear that? There's different birds singing now. Huh. You know a lot about birds? I just hear a lot of them sing from my room. So, I know the ones that sing in the morning. But I've been into the woods a few times, and I like to sit and listen to them sing. They always sound so happy and energetic. Yeah, I suppose so. What exactly are we looking for around here? It's like a greeny yellow mushroom? Okay, so I should be looking by my feet. Just don't bump in anything. Mushrooms, mushrooms. I don't think we're far enough in yet. Hey, what's that by your sock? You feel your entire body become heavy, and you slump over into a sleep. You can hear Willow call out to you, but you can't move. You feel fast asleep, but you're also slightly aware of what's happening around you. You think that Willow is still nearby, but you can't hear her. It feels like you're being carried somewhere. No, more like floating somewhere. Flying somewhere. Am I dead? You are not dead. Whoa, what the... I've been following you for a while. Normally you sleep too lightly for me to properly converse with you. Your mom's scolding you for staying up late all the time plays in your mind. Exactly. You can read my thoughts? If I couldn't, I would have to physically be behind your eyelids. I am a friend and a guide to you in the coming days. Everything is about to change and I will do what I can to help. I will be here for when you need me, but for now, have some strawberry. You don't quite wake up immediately, but you can feel the world coming back to you. You hear Willow's voice, calmly talking to someone you don't recognize. You smell something weird. Something like herbal tea. Your heavy eyelids finally open slowly, and you find yourself in a weird place. Emmy, you're finally waking up. I was worried. Looking around, you see several confusing things and have many questions. Sorry about the sleep spell. I wasn't sure if you were a threat. Sleep spell? Willow here really fought to convince me that you could be trusted. I could sense your power from when you entered the forest. Power? You're new to this too, I take it. Take some tea. Have some fresh strawberry. Once you wake up a bit, I'll explain. Strawberry. The big green thing, which you can only assume is a forest spirit, offers you a mug of tea. It warms your hands to hold it, and the smell is calming. I am Pakey, the forest guardian. Willow has been taking care of one of our spirits for some time, so we've had a chance to become comfortable amongst each other. This little guy is Topi. Pakey helped me be able to understand what he's saying. But you, Emmy, I was surprised to see. And as you can imagine, forest spirits don't like to be surprised by humans. Sorry? It is not something to apologize for. You are not a representative of your people, but you must forgive us for being cautious. I assume you are brimming with questions. Where are we? We are in a secret part of the forest. Atop the trees, we share our homes with the bark. Most people would wander right by and not see us. Our glamours keep us safe. Glamour? It's something that stops humans from noticing something, even if they're looking right into it. That seems oddly familiar. Is Topi going to be okay? What do you mean? Topi is fine. But weren't we trying to find you because we were worried about Topi being okay? It turns out that Topi was sent to me to guide me to find Pakey. I was hoping to meet Willow. Our being friends will be important in the future. The future? Yes. What happens in the future? Lots of things, yes. We're all in great danger. Because of the announcement? Not exactly. That is more my fault. The danger isn't here for some time yet. Your fault? You did this to us? No. Seeing the potential destruction of our planet, I have been slowly drawing powerful allies to me. Which is why you'll find strong friends here, with no reason to be here, now live here. However, in summoning power, one cannot know if they are good or evil. The risk of bringing evil here is a necessary one, as we must assemble all the good if we are to survive. This immediate danger I have brought, I do apologize for, but it was needed. And it will be a good chance for you all to test your power. What power? Emmy, it's kind of a secret, but my parents are both druids. They can do nature magic, and I can too. I don't think I'm the person from the announcement, and I don't think that I'm a superhero, but I have magic powers. You do too, Emmy, as best I can tell. To do what? Only you could know. Eventually you will find out. How? I guess I was lucky that my parents had been through the same thing, so they encouraged me. Do you know if your parents have magical powers? I think I'd know. Maybe you should ask them about it. What's coming in the future? The future is difficult to see. But Alana's arrival is the beginning. Do you mean Alana? She fell out of the sky. She what? Alana is not from this planet. This is a lot. She said she's from Talrea? Correct. She came here running from a great threat. Her mother, the queen, is dead, and a great evil is coming to get her, the princess, so that a new king may sit upon their throne. Well, we have to protect her, right? Regardless of if she is safe, we might all die. Our planet is in danger, and she is the beacon for it. It will take all of our strength to defend it. This is what I've seen, and why I tried so hard to bring you all here. I don't know what to do. Of course not. But in time you will. We are all important. But for now, don't dwell on it. A washed kitten never boils, Becky refills your tea, and the warmth amongst your fingers helps stop your mind from spinning. We should just focus on finishing school for now, and look out for our friends. This is a good idea. You won't uncover all your secrets in a day. It is best that you focus on building relationships with your friends. We are all here for a purpose. I will be here when I am needed, and so will you. Okay. It will be. Are you okay, Emmy? It's a lot to take in. I always thought I was different, but now that I know, I still don't have any clarity on it. I'll be okay. I guess I just need to wait until it all comes together. You can talk to me about it anytime you need. Thanks. Can we go? Yeah, of course. Willow goes and gives Pecky a hug. I'll come back soon. Looking forward to it. Keep Toby safe. He'll look after you. Of course. Pecky helps you down out of the tree, which feels like being picked up by a giant and placed onto the ground. You both awkwardly wave up at the tree, but you can't see anything up there. For a while, you both hike down the mountain quietly. I didn't remember how long this game is. I'm sorry that this episode is a movie, but I'm also not sorry because this game's really fun. For a while, I was doing Peggy's voice instead of narration. For a while, you both hike down the mountain quietly. You look over at Willow, who seems to be worried about you. I'm going to be okay. You don't need to worry about me. Are you sure? It's good news, right? I have superpowers or whatever. I just have no idea what they are. I'm sure it'll come to you eventually. In the movies, it's usually through some great struggle that it first comes out, right? Maybe this stuff with the announcement is your chance to find out? I guess that makes sense. Aw, man, I've been doing so good. It's probably for the best if we just go back to being normal students for a while. We don't want to be accused of being heroes, especially if you aren't ready. Yeah, that's true. You walk for a while in silence, just ruminating. Willow stops you for a second and puts her hand on your back, gently rubbing it. It's gonna be okay. I am going to be here for you. Thanks, Willow. I guess it helps to have someone who understands. Just call me anytime if you need to talk or anything, okay? Sure. Or you can call Emily. Why Emily? She helped me a lot when I was just starting to find myself and what I wanted to do with my magical powers. She was always super motivated to try and protect people from monsters and sorta inspired me to want to be the same. I look up to her a little bit, but I think that she could help answer some questions at least. I'll see. I think I need some time to figure things out. This is my place here. I'm gonna go just play some video games and zone out. Oh, okay. I'll see you around. Message me later, okay? Yeah. You pause for a moment to watch her walk away before heading into your place. It doesn't seem like anyone is home, so you slip up to your room and sit at your desk. You load up some Castle of Calroxes to just mindlessly grind some levels. Maya spots you online while you're playing and comes and joins you. Hey! I convinced Molly to download Calroxes. Do you mind starting a new character so we can play through together? Oh, yeah, sure. I'll invite her to the chat, 1 sec. Hey, can you hear me? Yeah, looks like you're in. Did you create a character yet? Yeah, just now. I picked the big muscly dude. I haven't loaded into a game yet. That's okay. We need to make a server to play on together anyway. Emmy, is it okay if we just use the normal one? Yeah, we can take some gear, or use the stables if we want to speed along, I guess. Can we just take it really, really slow? This is my first time playing something this complex. Yeah, of course. The stables gives us a horse that will be your new best friend. And it'll cut out some of the boring walking around time. Okay, I just got the details you sent, and I'm logging in now. You load into a fresh game with a new character. Because you've finished some of the late game content, you've got a few cosmetic items that make you look like a king. Okay, I'm in. So wait, I can get my own horse? And name it and stuff? Yeah, and pat it and feed it fancy stuff. It can carry your things for you, too. This is the best game ever! Haha, it's pretty good. It's not much to look at, but there's so much to do. Maya and I play it most nights. She spends so much time in dungeons just looking for rare items and getting levels without me. I just want to play with the horsey. Ooh, there you are. If you follow me over here, here's our little starting settlement. And if you go into this little barn type thing, you can pick out a horse. Ooh, there's a pretty black one. I shall name you Princess. Nice. Molly watches in awe as Maya's character plays a flute and a flaming ghost horse climbs out of the ground from a sudden flaming staircase. This is Siegebreaker. Friends call her Bay. Ooh. Should we ride through the forest to the first town? Yeah, okay. Just watch out for bandits. They'll try and shoot arrows at your horse. They'll what? This is the most stressful game ever! You end up playing Calroxis with Molly and Maya for most of the afternoon, having some snacks and laughing together. Molly eventually gets the hang of the game, but still tries to talk to everyone, including bandits, knife drawn. Together, you make the beginnings of a base to use together, but mostly to leave stuff for Molly to use, including a nice place for Princess to rest. Aw, my parents just got home. I have to go do some stuff. Will you be on to play tomorrow? Yeah, and if I'm not, message me and I'll come join. Awesome! You two are the best. Alright, catch you later. You want to switch to our mains and keep grinding for the fortress upgrade? It's supposed to be a dragon raid this weekend and I want to get the catapults ready for it. Nah, I'm gonna take a break. Maybe just lie down for a little while. You okay? That's unusual for you. Yeah, just a really big day. I think I just need to get some sleep. Yeah, okay. I'll be around if you come back on. Yeah, I'll catch you later. You stare at the blank screen, in the dark, while your computer installs some updates before shutting down. Crawling over and lying on the bed, you stare out Crawling over and lying on the bed, you stare out the sunlight, into the sky. Oh, got it. Like a sun. The stars twinkle as usual. You wonder which of these is the star Alana is from, and what kind of trouble she could possibly have brought. Or worse, what kind of trouble she could be in. You wonder about many things, including who you really are and what's going to happen from now on. There's still so much that you don't know. You find yourself drifting off to a peaceful sleep and wake up early before the sun is up. You feel wide awake, so you decide to get on the computer. It looks like Maya's online already. Has she not gone to bed yet? You're up early, or late? Early this time. I had a nap not long after you did. You grinding some castle stuff at the moment? Nah, it's Saturday. I figured it'd be a nice rest from stressing about everything, and I might go catch a movie. Anything good on? I haven't checked yet. It's still a loose plan. What about you? Have any plans with anyone today? Nothing yet, but I was thinking of calling... Let's see, I could call Emily because Willow said to. Or I could call Sophie to go play the RPG. I like RPGs. I was planning on seeing what Sophie was up to today. I think she's going to the Hearth to play games today. The Hearth? You know, the game store in the next suburb over. Oh, board games and stuff? Yeah, that's the one. She's usually there on a Saturday to play games. Oh yeah, the thing she was telling me about the other day. What about you? What are you gonna get up to today? I'm probably just gonna message Molly later and see if she wants to join me for some games. Nice, sounds fun. I'm gonna go back to bed for a bit. I'll catch you later. Maybe tonight for some games? Yeah, sounds good. Maya goes offline, and you decide to look up online the game store. It's not that far away, and is pretty spacious. The photos online make it look like it's a few function rooms and a few shelves with games and stuff on it. Might be easier to meet Sophie there, and if she's busy, just take a look around and go home. You spend some time goofing around on the computer, playing games and familiarizing yourself with the route to walk to the Hearth. Eventually, you slip downstairs for some breakfast and then head out for the day. It's nice and sunny, so the walk is pretty relaxing. You follow the weird zigzagging route that you saw online. Eventually you find yourself standing outside what looks like it used to be an office building. A little confused by the outside of the store, you're interrupted by a familiar voice. Hey, Emmy! Oh, hey, Sophie. You want to join us for the role-playing games? Us? Yeah, I organized a game with Declan and Alana, and I managed to convince Molly to join us in the end. Oh, awesome. Is it okay if I join? Yeah, of course. Come on in, I was running late. I think they're already inside. You step into the office, and Sophie leads you past the retail stuff and into a function room off to one side. It looks like it used to be used for conferences. Heyo, I bumped into Emmy outside, and they're gonna join us too. Hey! Hey, did you have a character ready to go? Ooh, no, I don't. That's okay, I have a spare one you can use. Awesome, thanks. A person who you barely recognize from school comes in just after you. Your best guess is that this is Declan. Hey, sorry I'm a bit late. You totally just got here, didn't you, Sophie? Yeah, this is Emmy, by the way. They'll join us on this one. Oh, cool. Have you played before? No. Sophie is lending me a character sheet, though. You'll need some dice, too. Ooh, here, take the pretty ones I bought yesterday. I'll use my spare set. Oh, thanks. Let's start by going around and introducing all of our characters so Emmy can catch up. I'm the game master, so I don't have a character that's me. I run all of the other people you meet. But here's your character sheet. Sophie hands you a sheet of paper with lots of numbers on it and scribbled notes. You quickly find a blurb and read it aloud. I am Nelia, a huntress and protector of the forest. I carry a bow and a special horn. Do you have any spells or pets or anything? Oh, I have a companion that's a squirrel. Cute! What about you? I am Ankarad, a barbarian. I have a huge twin axe, where the axe heads are adorned by the skull of my father. I have a fur armor made from the hide of a bear I strangled. Holy crap. And I am Illumi, a water sprite. I have a whole bunch of wacky spells, and I'm really small. Ankarad and Illumi have been adventuring together for a while as part of our backstory. What about you, Declan? I'm playing a rogue named Skemmer. I have this cool knife that yells when it's thrown. Sounds familiar? Last session we were all summoned by a wizard who is the mayor of the city to hunt down and defeat a great monster. I guess that's where I come in, as the huntress. Good timing, huh? Alright, let's get started then. If you remember from last time, we had just left the outer limits of the farmland surrounding the city. An Ankarad Skamer and Illumi stare up at the great sprawling forest out in front of them. Right before you go to take your first step inside, an arrow hits the ground by your foot. And Nelia steps out of the shadows. Sophie looks over at you and winks. Sophie then puts on a funny voice. State your intent with the forest, you who carry such an axe. You look over at Molly, who similarly is preparing a super macho voice for her barbarian character. Aluzar, the wizard mayor of Echoes Deep, has hired us to hunt down and dispatch a great monster that has been coming out of the forest to raid the outlying farmlands. Sophie makes an exaggerated noise of intrigue. Then your goal and mine is the same. Sophie leans over to you and whispers something. You can take over from here. You are Anelia, and what you say, she does. I just wanted to get it started. Okay. You put on your best Lady Huntress voice and try and join in. You should follow me through the trees. I suspect I know what monsters you speak of. You look over at Sophie for reassurance and she nods. I like your pet on your shoulder. It must be good company. Thanks. I like yours too. I am not a pet. Alana huffs at you from across the table. Awkwardly, you don't know what to say and look over at Sophie. You're all walking deeper into the forest. Something catches your attention. Roll a perception check. A what? Sophie leans towards you and points at some of the numbers on your sheet. Apparently you have a really high perception, and rolling even a low number on a 20-sided die would be a success. I rolled a 9. You spot some hoof imprints in the mud of the forest floor leading away from you. You seem to have found yourselves on their usual grazing paths. Should we follow them? Molly leans over to you and whispers. Stay in character. What do you think, Huntress? You're the tracking expert here. Ah, good point. You can make a roll to test your knowledge of the forest using this stat here. Oh, okay. I'm gonna check and see if following the hoofprints is a good idea. You roll a 1. Sophie looks over at you smugly and says that following them is an excellent idea. The others show faces of concern. We should follow the hoofprints. If a monster has been hunting here, then it'll surely have had some interest in the local wildlife. Makes sense to me! You all follow the hoofprints down the track. You hear Sophie roll a die behind her screen. She then makes a disapproving noise, which Molly and Alana show visible concern for. Slowly, the hoof prints get fewer and fewer, until at the end of the tracks you find a stag, lying on its side facing away from you. It must be a trap. Be cautious. I want to roll to check for threats. Sophie nods, and Molly rolls a pretty high number. You don't feel like anyone is watching you. That sounds like such a trap! We'll have to inspect it cautiously. Nelia, would you mind inspecting it? Sure. You creep forwards, through the underbrush, trying not to make a noise. Gently, you poke the stag, and it doesn't react. You circle around to its front, and you need to make a reflexes check. Uh-oh. Should I be worried? Yes, very. You look over at Sophie, who smiles, but you are not reassured. You roll the die and scan your sheet to find your reflexes score, which is pretty high. I got a 17. Right as you see the face of the stag, you are instantly alerted to a net that has been gently placed around the area. You jump back right as the net activates, shooting up into the tree, and you are knocked back against the tree. You take 2 damage. Ouch. You color in some gray squares that Sophie pointed out to indicate how much damage you've taken. As this happens, you see a great gray hand grip around the tree across from you and snap it in half. Uh-oh, that seems scary. The tree falls down away from you, revealing a great gray knotted face of a cave troll. Roll initiative. Everyone rolls the die, and Sophie takes notes. You assume this means you're in a fight. The troll steps forward and takes a swing at Nelia. I want to quick cast Aqueous Bubble. Oh, okay. Roll 2d6. I got a 5. The troll takes a swing at Nelia with a big gray fist, and Illumi conjures up a water shield around Nelia to prevent 5 of the damage. Sophie then rolls a die for the troll's damage against you, causing you to take only 2 damage. Ooh, nice. You fill out 2 more gray squares. I want to charge in and swing my axe at it. Yep. Does a 16 hit? Yep. Your axe takes a chunk of flesh out of the troll's arm. It howls in pain. It turns. Its full attention now on you, Ankarad. Your turn, Declan. Ah, boo. I'm gonna use my action to prepare poison on my throwing knife, and stay out of the troll's attack range. Okay. Emmy, it's now your turn. What do you do? You look down at your character sheet and see some options laid out for you. I command my squirrel to attack the troll's eyes. Ooh, nice choice. Roll the d20. You throw your dice onto the table. Still lying down after the troll trap triggered, you whisper something to your pet squirrel. Immediately it bounds towards the troll, zips up its back, and begins nibbling on its face. Sophie looks over at your roll with an impressed expression. The troll is dazed and distracted. I want to cast Ice Lance. Ooh, good choice. Alana rolls some smaller dice, and they cheer about the result. Ice forms at your fingertips and shoots into the troll's face. It falls to the ground, unmoving. Sophie looks down at her watch, alarmed. Dang it. And you'll all have to wait until next week to find out if that was in fact the monster of the forest. Aww. I have to get going. Oh man, we barely got anywhere yet. I promised June I'd study with her in the library this afternoon. Sophie gets up and shoots you a smile as she scoops all of her papers into a bag, leaving Nelia's character sheet to you. She then hurries out. I should probably get going too. Maya was keen to play some Caloroxis with me today. Ooh, yeah, for sure. Say hi for me. I'll probably be on later tonight. Will do. Molly heads out too, not far behind Sophie. Well, in that case, I might go and check out some of the board game stuff in the hearth. Catch you next time, Alana. Cool to play with you, Emmy. See you next time. You wave as he walks out too. What are your plans for the rest of the day? I'm not sure. How'd you get into this game anyway? Oh, Sophie invited me. We've been playing it for a few weeks now. Molly only just joined us last session. Before she joined us with Ankarad, I was doing some other wacky adventures from the book. I like this one better. It's more fun with this group. Yeah, cool. We got left on such a cliffhanger though. Like, was that really the monster of the forest? Probably. We're still a low level. Unless she's setting up something scary for later, I don't think we have much to worry about. It's probably a simple getting used to things and getting some gold before the real story shows up. Wow, you seem to know a lot about the game. Not really, I just watch a lot of TV, so I know about storytelling. Sophie has taught me a lot about the game though, so I guess that makes sense. It's cool playing with Molly. She's so shy normally. It's nice to see her get axe swinging. Yeah, I'll have to come along to the next session. Shame this one was so short. Yeah, Sophie's a bit like that. She struggles to keep on top of everything. You and I both know she doesn't want to make June cranky either. Oh yeah, 100%. I might get going then. Catch you at school Monday? Yeah. And the next game Sophie runs. Haha. Yeah. Catch you later. You decide it's probably a good idea to get going home as well. You wander through the shelves of the hearth, having a little look at the different games on the way out. Lots of different colorful game boxes with exciting fantasy names line the shelves. You feel more interested in just going home and relaxing. You step outside onto the street. The afternoon sun is bright, and it feels way later in the day than it actually is. You walk home slowly, enjoying the time to yourself, where your thoughts constantly dwell on what you're supposed to do next. Everything just feels like you've left something in the oven and you're paranoid it'll burn. Doing nothing, waiting for your powers to kick in, makes you feel so restless. Eventually, you get home and slide up to your room. You turn on your computer just to check for messages. You can see that Maya and Molly are in a game together, but you don't feel like joining. You feel tired, but not sleepy. A cloud of thoughts prevents you from having any kind of motivation to commit to an activity. You decide to flop onto your bed and stare up out the window. Meeting Peaky is still on your mind, and being out all day today didn't really distract you that much. You wonder what tomorrow will be like. Maybe you could go and hang out with friends again. It may be time to finally ask someone to the prom. Your phone vibrates on your bedside table and you reach over to pick it up. It's a message from Molly. She must be thinking of you. It's like an interview thing with cartoon characters. You'll love it. Oh cool, thanks. I'll check it out in the morning. You'll have to remember to listen to it in the morning. Oh, this is backwards of how the iPhone, it looks like, would go. You don't sleep very well, but that's becoming a recurring theme. It's almost midday by the time that you find the energy to even check your phone. It's actually stacked with messages. You're surprised you didn't hear it vibrate before. Skimming through the messages, you see that there's some kind of meeting going on at the Skunk. Looks like everyone's gonna be there. You drag yourself out of bed and throw on some clothes. Without too much thought, you kinda know where you're supposed to be going. But you're not super sure that you've been there before. You feel kinda foggy in general. You step out into the sun, feeling anxious about being late, but sort of anxious in general about whatever kind of crisis could be going on. You wonder if this is more skeleton stuff. As you walk past Maya's place, you wonder if she's in. But it's probably a safe bet she called everyone in if it's skeleton related. Your phone keeps blowing up as it seems like you've been added to a group chat with 8 other people. And most of the messages are hassling Sophie to get out of bed. You hastily reply that you're not far away. Hey Emmy, come over here, we have a booth. You follow Emily into the one corner of the room to find Willow, Maya, June, Alana, Kiana, and Molly sitting around a large table. You get a weird sense of deja vu about the place. They all sort of wave, and you and Emily sit down next to Molly, who smiles over at the two of you. Still nothing from Sophie? It's just left on red? That's just like Sophie. Who knows when she'll get here? Well, I'm gonna start without her then. Maya puts her laptop on the table and spins it around so most people can see. I found something about the mysterious announcement last week. It isn't proof of identity, but it seems to be some kind of blog where minor villains swap tips and brag about their conquests. That's super cringy. Why does our arch nemesis have to be super cringy? I wouldn't say that's our arch nemesis. Anyway, whether or not our nemesis has a cringy private diary blog or not, finding it has given us a warning. He's been planning some kind of siege of the school. He's currently raising a whole bunch of skeletons to march them onto school grounds tomorrow when it reopens. Wait, that means he's at least familiar with the school schedule since it's been closed on and off. Yeah, that was my thought. My best guess is it's someone in the faculty. What if it's a student? I guess it's possible, but how would a student become a necromancer? It's not like we go to some magical school that has a library full of evil restricted books. We share a library with the whole town. Could it be anyone in the whole town? It could be someone's parent? I don't think it has anything to do with access to the library. Maybe it's something more related to the crypt. Should we tell our parents? Mom says that the mom group chat is already freaking out. That would be an easy way to keep the school closed forever. And prom would be canceled forever. Emily, do you think we could use the crystal ball to try and find the skeletons? It's not a crystal, it's just a ball. And yeah, maybe. I'll go have a look, shout if anything's important. You watch Emily get up and walk across the room to a small table. Maya looks over at you and Molly, who have both been quiet this whole time. What do you think we should do? You awkwardly look over at Molly, who shrugs. That's okay. Just didn't want to feel like you couldn't contribute. Sometimes hard to get a word in sideways with some of these people. Maya gestures to Kiana, who's been uncharacteristically quiet so far. Hey! Alana lets out a giggle. I'm just trying to diffuse the tension. Hey, everyone? Come over here. You turn to see Emily frantically waving everyone over to the table that the ball is at. I found Sophie. Oh no! Where is she? I can't tell. I only know she's in trouble. Even I can see that. Okay, so I haven't mastered the ball. Can we shut up and go look for her? What about the attack on the school? You are absolutely not to tell me that You are absolutely not about to tell me that is more important. No, are they related? I assume it's the same guy. This wasn't mentioned in the plan? Nothing like this. Something must be really wrong. Sophie isn't using her powers. Where would we even start to look? It has to be indoors somewhere, right? Like someone's house? The library? The school? We should split up and check everywhere, honestly. How about Molly, Kiana, and I will walk up and down the streets. If Sophie's somewhere, we should be able to hear her call for help. How? She's gagged with a rope? She's got some funky supersonic thing. Trust me, we'd know if she was nearby. How about June and Willow go check the library, and Maya and Alana check the school. And Emmy, are you going to be okay staying here? I'm coming with y'all. Well, okay, but be careful, okay? Alright, let's go then. Whereabouts should we try? I'm not sure. Why don't we start with the street Sophie lives on? Yeah, that's a good idea. You all walk towards Sophie's house. You listen for whatever it was that Emily said you'd hear. What even are Sophie's magical powers? Well, I don't fully understand it, honestly. It's like she can feel how everything vibrates? But she can also do stuff like a siren, I think? Her mom is a siren. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. And that's lovely. So we would hear her make some kind of siren song. Wait a minute. If she wasn't able to use her powers, the skeleton guys don't have ears, they're just bones. So she probably couldn't sing them anything. Dang, that's right. I'm sure she could do something that could help us find her. Maybe the others will get lucky. Well, that was her street. Let's try the next one along. I'm really starting to get worried. Well, she's not going to get hurt. I think it's supposed to draw us out. Yeah, I guess the skeleton guy doesn't know how many of us there are. Yeah, that makes sense. I hope Sophie's okay. Me too. I'm sure she's gonna be just fine. You feel your pocket vibrate. Willow says they didn't find anything at the library. Dang. I'm starting to get the feeling that we're in the wrong place too. Let's hope Maya and Alana have better luck at the school. What about the graveyard? Why didn't I think of that before? Let's go check it out. After walking the streets all day, it takes a little while to get back to the other side of town. It's already gotten pretty dark. I'm not getting any vibes here either. This isn't good. Is there any messages in the group chat? Nothing. I'll message them. You all awkwardly stare off into the distance, trying not to lose hope. Nothing at the school either. This is bad. Very bad. I guess we should all head back to the skunk? I'll let them know to meet us there. I feel so defeated. There's not much more we can do. We'll just have to hope that she's okay. She better be okay. I'm gonna pull this skeleton guy apart piece by piece. I believe it. And you'll probably get the chance the way things are going. You get to the skunk, and June and Willow are there already. Any luck? No, nothing. I couldn't get a hold of her mom either. That isn't particularly out of the ordinary, though. She works long hours. Dang. Maybe check the ball for any changes? On it. You look around at a group of angry and sad faces. It's even worse now. I can't see her at all. Is that bad news? Well, not necessarily. If she was badly hurt or worse, we'd definitely see her. Maybe it means she's been moved? Can we all stay here tonight? I'd want to stay by the ball in case something happens. We actually should all stay together in case something happens. I've got a whole bunch of sleeping bags upstairs. I'll be back in a sec. Really? I didn't pick you for the outdoorsy type. I'm not, but the family has a full moon kind of ritual. It's a whole thing. Anyway, I'll be back in a minute. You flick your mom a quick text to let her know that you're staying over at Maya's place. She doesn't seem to mind so much. Wow, it's starting to rain. sounds kind of relaxing. Something we could all use right now. Definitely. Maya and Alana rush in, just barely missing the rain getting heavier. Close one. Anything? Nah, no luck. No sign of skeletons either. Declan was there for some music thing though, which was super weird. Declan? What if he's the skeleton guy? I doubt it, but we should be careful, just in case. Emily comes down from upstairs with a huge pile of sleeping bags and blankets. Okay, so I got enough sleeping bags for all of us. Oh hey, anything? We didn't have any luck. Anything with the ball at least? No, it's become less helpful. Maybe I'm too stressed to work it right. I wish my aunt was around. It's good that we're all together. We should all stay here tonight for safety. We should all get cozy and try and get some sleep. I'm gonna try and watch the ball, and I'll wake someone up to swap when I get tired. We should definitely rest, especially if there's gonna be a big skeleton attack tomorrow. And we have to fight through and rescue Sophie. You're met with a series of unenthusiastic grumbles as everyone shuffles around taking a sleeping bag from Emily. Everyone sort of wanders around trying to find the best spot to lay out their bag, and you all ended up scattered about the center of the room. You try and lay down in one section and rest your eyes. It doesn't take much for you to finally get some rest. Maybe there's something wrong with your bed at home. How is it that sleeping on a wooden floor knocks you right out? You sleep pretty lightly, considering. Every now and again becoming aware of someone else stirring or the occasional rogue snore. You wake up groggily to see the flickering light on Maya's laptop shine up on one of the walls of the room. Rolling over, you look up and see Maya and Kiana huddled in the corner watching something on her laptop. You slowly crawl over there, dragging your sleeping bag with you, and slump onto Maya's shoulder to watch too. Morning. You see they're both watching some kind of action movie on mute with subtitles. Hey. Emily only just went to sleep, so, shh. You nod, and can see Emily not far away, snuggling into a pillow. We just wanted to put something on to keep us awake. Maya leans on Kiana's shoulder, and Kiana leans against the wall. You snuggled in against Maya, so that you can see the screen too. Some kind of muscly dude and a big gun are rumbling around an office cubicle, spitting one-liners like, "That's due on Monday," and "Thank God it's Friday," as he sets some bad guy on fire. There's an occasional giggle out of the three of you, but it's mostly a pretty chill movie session. Once it ends, Maya lets out a big yawn and closes her laptop. I've got to put this on charge. And I've got to put me on charge. Wake me up in the morning, okay? Yeah, sure. You let Maya up, and then shuffle over to Kiana. How are you doing? Sleepy? Not really. Hard to sleep when I have something on my mind. Feel so helpless not actively doing something, you know? Yeah. We can't really get anything done unless we rest. If you're tired, you should at least try and rest. Let those muscles relax or something. Unclench that fist for the first time today. Kiana sighs, a heavy sigh. Yeah, I know. Easier said than done. Wanna just lean up against me and we both close our eyes? Kiana pulls up her sleeping bag around her shoulders and you snuggle in closer. That sounds nice. You both huddle into the corner and try and relax. You wake up slowly, still groggy. It feels like the sun has only just started to come up. You roll over slowly and sit up, trying to get your brain working. You hear the front door slowly open, barely creaking. Am I still dreaming? Sophie? Hey. Did I miss a slumber party? You hear Alana stir from behind you. Huh? Sophie's here? Sophie's here? Alana runs over and hugs Sophie so hard that they almost both fall over. What happened? How did you escape? You can hear the others slowly waking up around you as Alana's excited voice bounces off of the walls. Sophie, you're okay? There's lots of excited exchanges and hugs that go on before Sophie finally gets a chance to explain what happened. Well, first, I'm not sure how he grabbed me. He must have used some magic spell or something because it made everything spin. And then he took me down to this secret room in the mausoleum that's kind of like an old castle. We checked the graveyard. We were hoping to get a vibe for you, but we couldn't find anything. It's okay, I wasn't really in any danger. He was just trying to figure out what was going on. Did you answer his questions? Yeah, most of them were real dumb. He's a bit overdramatic. That's not a surprise. He keeps an online blog about being a villain. Once I was feeling a bit more focused, I just slipped out of there. It was pretty easy to pass through the ropes. So you can shift through things? Yeah, it isn't that hard once you get the hang of it. Mom hates it though. I always give her a fright. Did you learn anything about his plans? Yeah, he kept monologuing, like non-stop. He's gonna try and ruin the prom for us. Killing us is too easy a fate, he said. Ruining our teenage years and making us live in sadness is much more satisfying, apparently. Any clues as to his secret identity? No, weirdly. I couldn't really tell. I wonder if it got onto the school's PA then. Only one question left. How much time are you going to waste standing around here before you let me go turn this guy to dust? Great question. We might as well go investigate the mausoleum. Are you going to be okay back there, showing us the way? Yeah, I'm fine, really. Also, I kind of want to see Kiana squish this guy. Alright, let's go then. The graveyard isn't very far away, and whilst it doesn't take very long to get there, the sun is already up and at full brightness, which is a little much for your tired eyes. Walking among some of the plots carefully, you struggle to find a clear path through the gravestones. The place looked completely different during the day. You spot Willow touching the flowers on each grave that had begun to droop to get them back up standing upright. Each time she does, Topi lets a little cheer from her overalls pocket. She catches you staring a little bit. I wish they would take better care of the graveyard. It's starting to get a little overgrown. Well, it's gotta be basically abandoned for some weird skeleton dude to move in, right? Makes sense. I wonder how he ended up in this place. We're so remote out here. Oh, he'll probably tell us. He's really that chatty, huh? Worse. Hey, Alana. Yeah? Remind me not to write any monologues for my evil characters in our campaign. Okay, yeah. Did she really just say LMAO out loud? Yeah, she does that. I wish she'd stop quoting memes out loud. I liked it better when the only English she knew was from TV shows. Yo, you all getting in here or what? You look over at Maya, who's standing in front of the big stone mausoleum entrance. Did you check it for traps? I'm pretty sure people don't bother with that in real life. Famous last words. Let me go first then. I'll crush anything that jumps out at me. Sounds good to me. Lead the way. After walking down a long stone hallway that had indents for sealed caskets, Sophie guides the group towards a door that felt a little hidden. This is it. What do we do here? Just kick it down? Yep, let's go. Kiana kicks the big door off its hinges effortlessly, and the wood debris scatters everywhere. The light is weird and ghostly. Up a short flight of stairs is what appears to be a large throne. And behind it, a small gated opening that looks like it leads into a cave. Tall, slender, and bone white, you spot her. What the heck? Oh, it's the wannabe heroes. Thought you'd come and save the day. Kiana wastes no time in running straight towards him, fist raised. How impatient. Kiana throws an epic punch which sends bones bouncing all around the room. She strikes a pose. Are we done here? Ha 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 ha. I don't think so. You really did think it would be that easy, didn't you? You watch as this identical copy of the Skeleton King walks up out of the cave. I'm not just some skeleton that you can turn into dust so easily. I am an ancient spirit, and any skeleton can be my vessel. You watch the Skeleton King kick Kiana down the stairs to the others. Kiana! Willow rushes over and helps her up. All around you, you feel everyone tense up, ready to fight. You don't really know what you can do here, but you raise your fists all the same. June raises her sword and takes a step forward, ready to strike. Hang on a minute, let me talk to him. What? Yeah, just throw me up there. Okay. June sort of slides the blade over to the bottom of the stairs. What's this? You're surrendering? Not a chance, bud. What? Talking sword is your best shot. Listen here, Chief. I'm kind of the big bad in these parts. Aha. I've got this whole master plan thing that you're kind of getting in the way of. I could say the same about you. You're coming here, breaking into my lair. I've got something good going on here. Do you know how long it took to get to get set up Netflix down here? I get it. No one loves binge watching a TV show more than I do. But if you kill the kids, I'm stuck in the sword. And I can't have that. Should we really be letting them talk like this? It's probably fine. I never planned on killing them. I just kinda wanted to ruin their big day. But now that they've broken into my house, destroyed my front door, I'm thinking of changing my mind. June? It's time to let me cut this, loser. I'm gonna be ruining your silly little romantic dance and exposing to everyone that you're trying to be superheroes. See how society will treat you when it realizes you're just a bunch of freaks. June reaches back with her hand and you see the blade appear in it suddenly. Then take a quick step forward and slashes the exposed bony chest. Skeleton King blocks with a claw and chuckles. I expected more of you all. Maya reaches out with one hand and a huge bolt of lightning shoots across the room, blasting the Skeleton King into pieces, leaving a huge scorch mark on the floor. Whoa, bit of warning next time? Yeah, I didn't know I could do that. I was just kind of feeling it. I think he's gotten away. He probably had another body ready to escape with. That makes sense. Can we leave? It's so cold and lifeless here. Yeah, of course. Let's get out of here. You all head out pretty quickly. It's nice to feel the sun on your skin again. Where do you think he's gone? I don't want to stop until there's not a single skeleton left. I don't think that's the best idea. I think we need to research a more permanent solution. Maybe Emily's aunt knows something that could help? Hey, that's a good idea. I might go and see if they're back at the skunk yet. Shouldn't we all be going back to school? Nah, dude. There's way too much going on out here for me to be able to do anything productive there. Yeah, I'm kind of stressed out. I might go and meditate in my garden. I need some time to center myself. I think I need the same. Mind if I join you? My usual spot is a bit far away. Yeah, of course. Can't we just go home and watch TV? You're lucky I don't just bury you in Willow's garden. Hey, I had to try. June, Willow, and Emily wave and then start walking off. I'm gonna go home and get some real sleep. That sounds like a pretty good idea. Alana gives her one last big hug before waving goodbye. I kinda wanna blow off some steam. I might go home and grab my skateboard. Find somewhere to relax. You should come with me to get some practice on your skates. I like that you buy me all these presents, but the skates are so wobbly. I'm made for flying, not sliding. Remind me to get you a kite. A what? They both keep chatting as they walk away. When I get stressed, I like to go and play the drums in the garage. Just really bash them. Did you guys want to come and hang out at my place? Yeah, alright, I'm keen. Emmy, want to join us? Yeah, sure, just like Cal Roxas nights, haha. Emily? Oh, Leave that lame research stuff for now and come come hang with us at Molly's place. Yeah, we don't want you sitting at the skunk on your own. Oh, sure, okay, sounds good. Let's go then, I've had enough of graves and skeletons for one day. How does someone end up like that guy? A curse, maybe? Some weird magical thing? In video games and movies, don't people become liches from studying necromancy and stuff? Yeah, I guess so. I don't know that it's the same in real life. The inspiration has to come from somewhere, right? I guess there's a lot of magical books you could read to turn you into whatever. But I think you really have to want to be the weird thing But I think you have to want to be the weird thing you turn into really bad. He must have wanted really bad to be this weird skeleton thing. How sad. What an idiot. Could have been a dragon or something. Yeah, that's true. I don't think Mom's home. Or maybe she's doing art stuff in the basement. In the basement? What kind of art stuff? Like painting? Sure. Let's just go hang out in the garage. My dad built this in the garage so that he could do work stuff and not have to travel all the way up to the studio. He's been teaching me the drums for years, and lately I've been trying to learn one of his songs he wrote for me. This is his drum kit here. He lets me practice on it. Wow, it looks super cool. Aw, that's sweet. Is he the drummer in the band? Nah, he plays the guitar, but he's learned a lot of different instruments. Wow, this is such a cool setup. You've got basically everything you could need in here. Yeah, I come here after school and practice a lot. It's a good stress reliever. Did you want to hear the song I'm learning? I have a recording. Yeah, for sure. Molly walks over to the recording equipment at the back and presses play. Hey, this is pretty cool. Yeah, it's a special no lyrics looped version, so I can drum along and practice without the bridge, or breaks, or anything. That's pretty cool. Would you guys want to jam with me? I'm an art type, not a music type. I'll be the crowd, though. I'm not diving onto you, dude. You don't have the muscles to handle that. I can probably play the keyboard, it looks electric. Just have to memorize the pattern. Would you sing for me, Emily? What? I don't know any of the words. I'm sure you can come up with something. Just follow along the melody. Sure, but if it's horrible, don't blame me. Molly moves around, quickly setting up some bits, while the recording plays in the background. Moving a microphone into place and making sure Maya is all set up with the keyboard. She then sits down behind the drum kit and pauses the recording. Ready? We are the Red Right Hand! 1, 2, 3, 4! It's pretty impressive. On the first try, it sounds amazing. You watch, stunned, as they all bring so much energy to playing the song. Molly has so much energy playing the drums, he seems to absolutely love it. After a moment of awkwardness, Emily seems to be really getting into doing the vocals. She seemed a bit unsure at the start, but you can totally see her singing in a band in the future. Maya seems to play the keyboard with ease, sounding just like the piano from the original recording. After a few minutes of playing, they all sort of screech to a halt, as Molly spots her mom poking her head into the garage. Is that you, sweetie? Oh, Moloch, honey, it's just you. I thought your father was home early and I got excited. Hey, Mom. We were just playing around with the instruments. You all watch awkwardly as Molly's mom eyes you all off. After a pause, Molly introduces you all. This is, Emily, Maya, and Emmy. Oh, I don't care, sweetie. As long as you're having fun in here. I don't mind if you play with your food. Just don't be playing with my food. Isabel looks over at you like you've just had the lid of a silver platter lifted off of you. Anyway, I'll be in the basement. Working. She closes the door behind her heavily as she leaves the room. Everyone seems to breathe a sigh of relief at once. How about we go and get some snacks, Emmy? Ooh, yeah, okay. You both want anything in particular? Neither reply, and both look quite deflated. Maya grabs you by the arm, and you head out around the block. I thought it might be a good idea to give them a minute. Emily seems exhausted after the stuff in the crypt. Yeah, she was so in charge, and it must have taken a lot out of her. I get it. After a whole day of being social with people at school, I just want to do nothing, see no one, and be alone with video games. You know? Oh yeah. They could probably both use a minute, and coming back with some snacks should help. Good idea. What's up with Molly's mom? I don't know, dude, but she creeps me out hardcore. If it wasn't for all the red horns and red skin, I'd think they weren't related at all. Yeah. Sometimes people are just like their parents, and sometimes because of their parents, people are the complete opposite. Definitely seems like opposites in this case. I wonder if I'm much like my parents. Hey, I'm sure they were super cool too. Because you certainly didn't get that from me. True, true. And hanging out with Emily all the time didn't make me all witchy. So maybe you have a point. Wait here a sec, I'll just duck in and get us some chocolate or something. Yeah, alright. You watch through the window of the convenience store as Maya scoops a few things into a basket, does a weird thing with the EFT POS machine, and then walks out with the bag. Did you just... Yep, shh. Isn't that... I didn't have any cash on me. Besides, it's just some rich guy paying for it. We're going to talk about this later. Yeah, but for now, there's chocolate. Uh-huh. When you get back, the garage door is open, but no one is inside. Hey, where... Maya shushes you and motions for you to listen. You hear Molly and Emily talking, but their voices sound really sad. You both awkwardly hang out in the garage so as not to interrupt, but you can still hear what's being said pretty clearly. And her calling you Moloch? She doesn't seem to see me for who I am. I'm half human and much more like my dad. All she sees is my ability to fulfill my grandpa's laid out destiny for me. Redeem the bloodline and I become Mum's ticket back home. But that place is not my home, and that person is not who I am. I'm supposed to be the son of the apocalypse, incarnation of Moloch, the ancestor of the end times. I used to be bigger and manlier and musclier, but I changed myself to be more who I am inside. I just want to be Molly, who plays the drums. Molly, who makes my dad laugh and watches silly cartoons. This is who I really am, who I've always been. And it hurts so much that all she can see is who she wants me to be. Hey, come here. It's okay. Head pats will make it better. You sneak a peek into the living room to see if it's safe to interrupt. They seem to be okay, but maybe it's best to give them a minute. You look over at Maya, who seems embarrassed, and whisper, I would have never guessed she had so much going on. The cool girl she is now, our friend, is all that matters. We should do our best to look out for her. Yeah. You watch Maya go back to the garage door and knock on it. Heyo, we're back! With snacks! You hop back so as not to be standing near the door. Oh hey! What'd you get? Just a bunch of random chocolates. Maya opens the bag for everyone to reach in and grab stuff. Chocolate milk isn't chocolates. Oh yeah, that one's for me. Emily pulls out something that looks like white chocolate. Molly gets something that looks like caramel. You pull out something super colorful. Oh yeah, the popping stuff. Have fun, haha. Dang, wanna trade? Not on your life there, Chief. This milk was hand-selected by yours truly, a goddess. And no funky popping candy is gonna be an acceptable trade. You can hear Molly's mom yell out from the other room. Moloch, sweetie, have you seen my rolling pin? Is it okay if we call it a day? Of course. I think we could all use some time to recover after today, I think. Though, you'll text me later? Yeah, of course. Great Great jam sesh today, though. You're really good at the drums. Oh, thanks, aha. Come on, Emmy, let's get out of here. Okay. I had fun hanging out. Let's do something like this again sometime. Sure. Everyone exchanges some big smiles and some hugs. And the Inu and Maya walk home as the sun begins to set. Wow, this day went fast. Yeah, feels like there's a lot more going on than we realize. Like Molly had some great destiny to bring on the apocalypse. Isn't that like a demonic cliche, though? I guess so. But it kind of makes sense. Molly's mom doesn't want to be here. And whatever weird stuff she's doing down in that basement, I'm afraid to know. But I'm worried that she's going to push Molly to be evil. Well, best we can do is support her. And hope that she makes the right choices, right? I guess so. I don't want to see her get hurt. Me either. Her dad seems pretty cool, so hopefully he's a strong influence on her. It must be so tough to be caught between two different worlds like that. For me, I just get to do whatever I want and look out for myself. Someday I'll learn. I don't have any wacky destiny to fulfill. That you know of. I saw that wild lightning thing you did earlier today. Next thing you'll be flying around swinging a hammer. I can totally fly. No way, you're having me on. Yeah, a little bit. That would be cool though, right? It's like the all-time classic superpower. But yeah, I didn't know I could do that. It was like in my mind I drew a line from his ugly face to my hand, and everything surged through me and into him. I was pretty shocked. Oh, haha. Oh man, I didn't even mean the pun, haha. So when are you gonna get all superpowery? Or are you just gonna be a nerd? Or are you just going to nerd all these supervillains to death? I have no idea what's going on with me. Maybe your mom's secretly a demon and you're destined to bring about the apocalypse too? Wouldn't that be awkward? Double booking the apocalypse. Yeah, dude. Oh, I'm sorry, you had this year booked? I'm so firing my assistant. Yeah. You should ask her when you get home. I'm not doing that. Yeah, dude, ask her. She already thinks I'm super weird. You are, though. Yeah, okay. You're standing out in front of your house just talking for a while before you even realize. Alright, go home already. Yeah, okay. You gonna play some games tonight? Nah, dude, I'm beat. I'm gonna get a pizza delivered and, vegetate. Find a show to watch and just recline until I have to worry about school in the morning. That doesn't sound so bad. Can I come? Nah, dude, you have to go hang out with your demon mom. Dang it. Alright. I'll send you an RSVP for the apocalypse. I'll bring a +1. Maya waves as she heads off. See ya, dude. You wave and head inside. Feels like you haven't been home in ages. As you step inside, you can see through the kitchen that your mom is sitting at the table on her phone. She looks up as she hears the door close. Hey, Emmy. Welcome back. How was your sleepover? Yeah, pretty fun. We ended up at Molly's place to play with some of her instruments. I didn't know you could play any instruments. Oh, I didn't. I was more of a cheerleader? Aha, okay. What's been going on? I feel like I've barely seen you all week. Yeah, a lot, I suppose. It's no big deal, though, I guess. You know, you can talk to me. Once upon a time, I was your best friend, and we'd do everything together. You literally couldn't walk away, but I miss it. Yeah, okay, it's, well, I guess you know about the announcement. About the superhero being threatened? Yeah. Turns out there's a whole bunch of them, with some kind of magic. Willow, June, Maya, Emily, Molly, Alana, Kiana, Sophie. Oh yeah. And the announcement was some creepy skeleton-possessing spirit guy, who's going to try and ruin prom as revenge for their getting in the way of his master plan. He even kidnapped Sophie, but she's okay. And the other day when Willow came over, we went and saw this forest spirit thing, and he said that I have some kind of magical powers. But I don't feel any different, and I can't seem to figure out what my powers might be. Wow, you do have a lot going on. You don't believe me? Why wouldn't I believe you? Kiana's mom, Kona, mentioned when we were playing squash on Friday that she's adopted some kind of space princess. Oh yeah, Alana. Kiana just absolutely wouldn't take no for an answer. Just wanted to protect the poor girl. Kona has no idea how to explain to her husband where the other kid comes from, so I guess that'll be a funny story we hear about later. And you remember how we grew up with all those Luxra comics? Yeah? They were a present from your grandma. I don't even remember her. That's not a surprise, you would have been very little. The reason she got them all for you is that she is Luxra, and she wanted to be in your life in some way. Wait, she is Luxra? My favorite superhero is my grandma? Yeah, she looks the same age as me, it's super weird. but I don't think I've inherited her powers. Being a superhero doesn't really make much money, so earning money from your likeness in comics was a pretty clever move. That's why she's never around though, she's always busy doing something important. Though we get postcards a lot. Does that mean I could have powers like her? I don't think it works like genetics where you inherit the same stuff your ancestors have. I think it's more like you inherit a potential. I was never threatened by a wacky skeleton at my prom. We just danced, and a papier-mâché shark fell off the ceiling onto us. It wasn't super exciting in comparison. Maybe through challenges you'll find an opportunity to see what you can do. I guess so. This is weird. This conversation? I was right where you are now, except it was my mom telling me that she's a superhero and can't be around much. At least this way we can still be best friends. It's a deal. But call me if there's any trouble you can't handle? Sure. What's she like? Your grandma? Yeah. Energetic, optimistic, always trying to do too many things at once. I don't know how your grandfather put up with it. Did you ever see her use her powers or anything? Is it just like in the comics? Not really. I'd see her show up on TV, on the news or whatever. At home she was always trying her best to just be my mom. I guess I'm lucky in that I don't have to juggle those two things. I get to enjoy watching you grow up like she missed out on me. And you can have all the excitement of being a superhero. Anyway, your dad's just at the store to grab some stuff for dinner. He forgot to get the mints out of the freezer so it would defrost in time. But I'll call you when dinner's ready? Oh yeah, okay. Man, Maya's brain's gonna melt out her ears when she hears about this. Aha, okay. Oh hey, by the way, I got your prom tickets in the mail today. Who are you gonna ask? I'm not sure. You better do it soon, a lady needs time to prepare. Aha, okay mom. You head up to your room. Your head is still swimming about all of this information. Who knew your family was so cool? What kind of superpowers might you get if something goes down? It's all so much, but at the same time, less confusing? Willow was right, talking to Mom was actually helpful. You log into your computer thinking about what your mom said. You really should ask someone to prom. Sitting at your computer, all you can think of is all the things you overheard Molly saying to Emily today. You worry a lot about her, and want to protect her, make sure she's happy and safe. Maybe that's a sign you should ask her to prom? You see that she's online and send her a message. Hey, Molly. Oh hey, I just finished up a quest with Maya in Caloroxis. I'm slowly catching up to your level. The super awesome pony that Maya gave me is making it so fast. I'm super jealous, TBH. My best horse isn't as good. But I'm looking forward to getting you into some of the harder quests with us. Maya's always complaining about the people we get queued up with. Are they really bad? More just super underprepared? Maya's always carrying me, she doesn't want to be babysitting a random person as well. She's been enjoying getting you into the game. She's happy you're having fun playing it. I hope I'm not making her carry me. Nah, it's completely different. The high level stuff is stressful and needs everyone playing their best. The stuff she's doing with you is just fun story stuff. Besides, she isn't one to hold back. True. How are you doing after today? It was nice to get some time to relax after everything that was going on. But I'm still pretty worried about a lot of things. Yeah, me too. I'm still figuring a lot of stuff out. I can't even tell if I'm going to be of any use, but I want to be. That's enough though, isn't it? Trying to be our best is all we can do. That's true. But, weirdly similar to Caloroxis, I get the feeling I'm being carried. Ha! We have a very large, very overpowered party, I think. This first boss won't be so difficult. He does seem very annoying, and weirdly fixated on the prom. Aren't most villains the take over the world type? Maybe he just watches too much teen drama movies, where not showing up with a date is the end of the world. I can relate. My ticket showed up in the mail today, and Mum was hassling me about who I was going to ask to go with. Oh yeah? Who are you thinking of asking? Well, usually Maya and I kind of avoid these events, just hang out somewhere quiet, the two of us. But now that we have all these friends and we're both much more social, I'm actually kind of excited to go now. And I was actually hoping that you would be my date. Me? You, what? Yeah, I mean, we've been hanging out a lot lately. It was super cool to seeing how passionate you were about playing the drums, and playing games with you online has been super fun. I really enjoy your company. And if the prom actually goes ahead without a tragedy, I'd enjoy it if you'd accompany me. Oh, okay. Yeah, I'll go with you. I've been kind of both excited and dreading it. There's so much to do and prepare, and it's such a ritual. It feels so foreign to me. How about this? I meet you at your place. We dress up nice. We meet the rest of the gang somewhere and all go together. Have some food, dance together, kick some bones, and that's it. Is kicking some bones like a coming-of-age thing? No, the skeleton guy. Kick his bones. Oh yeah, way on board. Remind me to get an outfit that facilitates kicking. Will do. It's kind of late. I was planning on going to bed around about now. Talk to you tomorrow? Yeah, of course. Good night, cute stuff. Hey, good night. You can hear her embarrassed and hanging up in a hurry. You can't believe you have a date to the prom. You come down for dinner with both your parents. It's lasagna, one of your favorites. Didn't we just have leftover lasagna like 5 days ago? You talk about how things have been stressful lately. And both Mom and Dad seem to be supportive of your whole superhero adventure. After dinner, you help Mom clean up in the kitchen while Dad has to go back to work in his garage office. Mom enjoys spending some time with you after not seeing you all last week. You both watch some TV shows. It's a detective thing with lots of yelling and dimly lit offices. Then you end up going straight to bed, pretty tired and enthusiastic about getting some sleep in a real bed. You sleep so heavily that you don't remember any dreams. You wake up feeling pretty refreshed, but not that excited to go back to school. You're almost running late already, so you throw together an outfit to speed yourself to school. Just as you step outside, you can see Maya walking down the street who waves to you. Morning, sleepyhead. You look like you just rolled out of bed. I did. Rough night? Good night, actually. I ended up asking Molly to be my date to the prom. Whoa, nice one. That's exciting. Was kinda keen on sleeping in my own bed for a change, too. I don't know, timber floors in a sleeping bag is pretty good for the posture. Excited to be back at school? Not really, I've enjoyed not having to be stressed about it. Yeah, but replaced with evil villain stress. Yeah, that ain't great either. You arrive at the front of the school, where a few students are roaming about. I did not realize I was going to be recording a movie today. Apologies. You ready to go in? Yeah. You head towards your locker, and a teacher spots you. Ah, glad I've found you. You're going to be joining me and some of your other classmates in detention this afternoon for skipping school yesterday. You might have heard that the principal has gone missing, or whatever rumors are about, but I am now the acting principal and I'm not going to let anything slide. You're going to be meeting in classroom L3 to paint signs and prepare things for the prom after last period. Yes, sir. The acting principal glares at Maya. Yes, sir. He walks off in a huff. I totally knew that we would get in trouble for not showing up yesterday. Man, this sucks. I'm no good with paints. We better get into class. I don't want any more trouble. Yeah. You and Maya walk into your first class. Alana's already there, taking some notes about something. You wonder if there's going to be another ominous announcement this morning, but nothing ends up happening. The class is pretty quiet, and you do your best to focus on the classwork. When the bell rings, you're excited to be moving through the day. The day passes slowly like a daydream. You drift through your different classes, barely paying attention. Your thoughts are fixed on Molly. You keep thinking about skeletons and prom and superpowers. Math and English and history just feel so inconsequential. Hey, wake up. Huh? You look up to see everyone sitting around looking at you. You suddenly realize Molly is sitting next to you, holding your hand. It's lunchtime already, and you've barely realized it. Are you okay? Yeah, just a bit daydreaming today. I keep wondering if the Skeleton King guy is going to attack today. Well, he did sort of threaten to, right? Or is he just waiting for the actual prom night? I don't know. Should we be worried? I don't think so. It sucks that we're all going to have detention after school. Yeah, it means we can't spend time hunting him down or training or anything, really. Stuck sitting around painting decorations for a prom that might be canceled. Yeah, that does feel a bit useless. What do we do? Probably best to just go through with detention. Chances are nothing will happen. And we can find a night where we can go and scout or patrol or something more useful. We should probably ride out the detention and do our best not to get into any more trouble. Yeah, we don't want to be stuck being watched and need to be somewhere else. The whole point is keeping the secret, right? So we've got to try and lay low until we can do something at night. Maybe we could find a way to stop him haunting skeletons? Any ideas on how we could do research? I could check the net, but that feels less helpful. Emily, does your aunt have a special book for this kind of thing? Yeah, I don't know. I'll have to ask and you dig around a little bit. But for now, we go to class, act like normal teenagers. Flunk math, gossip about prom, go to detention, and complain. Solid plan. The bell rings and you're already flung off to the next class. Today is already flying by so fast. Civilizations as old as the Egyptians used bricks as an essential piece of their architecture. Clay mixed with straw was dried in the sun, using a mold to get the right shape. Bricks were then laid on top of each other, only overlapping on halves, so that the weight of the structure was dissipated evenly downwards. Any wind or external forces wouldn't topple it so easily because it was anchored into the whole structure. Clay quarries were usually cut relatively close to where the clay would be used, in nearby workshops or encampments. You completely zone out. The architectural and historical importance of the brick is somewhat much less exciting than your actual life. The bell rings and people start to head out at the end of the day. You sit right where you are, because this is the room that detention is in. The acting principal comes in and puts down some paints and cardboard for detention. He patiently waits while the other teacher gathers up her things and heads out, and watches as the rest of your friends all slowly show up. Now that all 9 of you are here, I'm not going to be sitting here babysitting you. I have a whole bunch of things to get done. But I will pop back in from time to time to check on you. You are not to leave this room for any reason. Now these paints and these boards are for making signs for people that haven't been to school before. Parents, the band, whatever. We're going to need stuff for like arrows and directions, bathroom signs, tickets, and so on. Alright, get to it. Well, I guess we better get started. I don't even know how to do this. I think this is officially the longest episode I've ever had on the channel. Apologies, I did not remember how long this game was when I decided I was going to do it for a one-shot. Painting is easy. Here we just... June lays out some of the cardboard sheets on the desk around you. Then puts some of the paint tubs nearby. Grab the brush. June puts a paintbrush into Emily's hand and grabs one herself. And dip it into the tub a little bit. Then gently drag it across the page. Making letters is a little hard, so maybe we should draw those in pencil first. Oh, okay. That's not so bad. You all sort of naturally pair up around the different desks. But with there being 9 people, you end up standing with June and Emily. June hands you the paintbrush with some orange paint still on it. Here, I'll get started on the pencil stuff and you can fill it in as I go. Yeah, okay. Emily still looks a bit out of her depth. But you both make a pretty good attempt at painting it. Emily doing the background and you painting in the lines of the letters. See? It's looking great. Tickets. Nice and visible. That was easier than I thought. It always looks so difficult when you see other paintings. Well, this isn't that complicated, fortunately. Kiana calls over for one of the other desks. It's getting pretty late. How long are we supposed to be in here? And why hasn't the teacher come back yet? Should we go and look for him? If we leave and get caught, we get in trouble. If something has happened and we don't do nothing, that seems worse. We should all go and have a look. All of us? Never split the party! Yeah, okay. Let's all go. Emma peeks out the doorway and everything seems quiet. You all slowly walk along the corridors of the school, and it is eerily quiet. No one seems to be nearby, no students practicing instruments, no teachers wandering about. It's really strange. You all head into the big hall at the back of the school grounds, and it's the only place left.
Oh, hey. I was just coming to find you. I knew it! You were that lame teacher all along! What? I literally just stuffed his unconscious body into this closet. Sure. I'm undead. I literally can't have a body of flesh. Skeleton King sighs and then opens up the closet to show the knocked out body of the acting principal. Oh. Look, man, what do you want? I'm here to ruin the prom. Isn't that tonight? I don't see any decorations up or anything. That's at the end of the week. What day is it now? Friday, right? It's Tuesday. He sighs again. It is so hard keeping track of time down there. Why are you trying to ruin the prom? Trying to get you all is too hard. If I ruin the prom, you'll all be depressed. You'll lose the motivations to be heroes anymore. It's much easier. Although making you might do the trick. You all tense up, ready for a fight. June steps forwards and swings her blade outwards, which is quickly blocked by a ghostly form. Emily shoots out a few fireballs, and the skeleton whips his cape around, and it seems to completely extinguish them on impact. Kiana charges forward and swings a heavy fist directly into the center of his ribcage, only for him to deftly step and hop aside. Alana starts to glow a bright yellow, and then a huge beam of light blasts right through the center of your ghostly foe. What? You watch as he crumbles to dust, and a flicker of the ghost inside leaving. Holy crap, that was awesome! In all the games we've played, the undead guys are weak to light. I figured I'd give it a go. Nice work. He's not dead, right? I don't think he can die so long as there's another skeleton nearby for him to jump to. That's interesting because this is the first time he put up any kind of a fight. Emmy is right. Maybe he was just waiting for a skeleton to get close enough as a backup. Trying to distract us by talking and then holding out for as long as possible. Then we're gonna go to the mausoleum right now to get the rest of them. Yeah, okay.
you're right. Let's go. It's already starting to get dark. Means that no one is looking for us at the school, at least. Do we have a plan? Walk in, smash everything until there's nothing left. I've had enough of this guy existing. What if that doesn't work? We'll think of plan B when we come to it.
Oh, okay.
Everyone is sort of power walking, so it doesn't take long to get back to the throne room in the mausoleum.
Oh, you thought you might chase me down? What makes you think it will do any good? What makes you think that your efforts are of any use? I am eternal.
I gotta stop him from monologuing all the time. Mike extends a hand, and hastily a lightning bolt arcs upward from the ground towards the throne. The skeleton king easily sidesteps it and takes a step towards Molly and slashes out with a claw. Out of the back of her hoodie, big black hardened bat wings form a cocoon around her, blocking his strike. Whoa. Come on! Willow tugs at your sleeve to get you to step back to safety. You take a step back with her, and the skeleton king seems to notice, taking a great big step towards you. Alana jumps in between the two of you, and a great bony hand crashes through the lot of you, knocking you all to the ground. You can barely see anything while you're trying to crawl backwards to safety. You hear Willow shriek out,
Toby, no! No!
You see a boned foot and a Toby-colored face in front of you. Gripped by fear, you slowly crawl backwards as Kiana steps up to take a swing at the figure in front of you. You hear a flutter of wings as Molly lunges forward and slashes a claw through cape and bone. After a few minutes of waiting, scared, staring at the ground. You okay? Yeah. You look over at Willow, who's sobbing into the bricks. Sophie and June are seemingly trying to console her. We are going to get him for this. We are going to annihilate him. Willow looks over at Kiana, and you see a glimpse of an angry face on Kiana that you wish you won't have to again. Alana calls over from the other end of the room. I don't think there's anything else here. There's another empty room back here with computers and stuff, but it's empty. I accidentally rewound instead of went forward. What about the cave? There must be something through the cave. We're going. Everyone cautiously walks through the back wall of the throne room and into the cave. It's dark, but isn't as long as you thought it might be. Quickly, you all find yourselves in the middle of the woods. You can feel the breeze and hear the leaves rustle around you. It's already gotten so dark you can barely see anything. How are we gonna hunt him down if we can't see anything? You hear someone click their fingers, and all of a sudden a bright light is in front of you. Whoa, that's cool. A little something I've been practicing on weekends. Come on, let's go. You follow the giant flaming ghost T-Rex, using its light to see anything beyond the trees. But mostly you wonder how your life came to this ridiculous moment. You can't have gotten too far away. Alana slowly and effortlessly hovers up into the air above you to get a better look. And you hear a huge flapping of wings, which makes you think Molly is probably up there too, but your eyes are straining against the forest floor to look for anything bone white. There, I see it, more to the left. Alana shines a light downwards like a searchlight, and Emily steers the giant flaming monster towards it. Kiana and June are already ready to pounce forwards, but you, Sophie, and Willow are struggling to keep up with all the running. By the time you catch up, you see the T-Rex lunge forwards with a huge bite only to be extinguished, and Emily to fall backwards into Molly's arms as she swoops down. You see skeletons everywhere, slowly climbing out of the dirt and appearing from beyond the trees, coming to join the fight. Both Kiana and June are taking measured swings into their main foe, each trying to destroy him with a single blow. Alana and Molly are doing their best to protect them from above, while Willow causes a huge briar patch to grow around you to stop any more skeletons from joining the fight. Lightning crackles from the sky as Maya brings down a huge thunderbolt directly into the skeleton king, only for him to reflexively block it with his cape, leaving him unharmed. Emily ignites her fists and lunges towards him, trying to burn whatever she can touch. A bony foot kicks Kiana backwards into the briar wall, while June is busy trying to clear out the last of the skeletons that are inside the wooden wall. Emily, who's left alone with the villain, is knocked to the ground by his shadowy claws as he leans over and slashes through her midsection. Emily, no! You can't see any visible wound on her, but it's clear that she's been taken out. Molly opens up her jaw in a rage, and hot lava spews outwards directly onto the skeleton king, melting him into char and ash immediately. All the skeletons banging on the briar wall slowly start to retreat as an ominous voice haunts the woods. I'm going to bring my entire skeleton army to ruin your frivolous dance, and there's not a thing you can do to stop me. I will crush everything you love and leave you all just husks of your former selves. His laughter echoes into the forest as he fades away. You finally bring yourself to look at Emily, who's lying unnaturally still, collapsed on one side of the briar circle. Willow, whose attention had been on maintaining the wall, finally turns to see what has happened, and immediately the wall collapses.
No, not Emily. You can't. Willow holds Emily's head gently and cries into her face. You can see Emily's spirit slowly begin to ascend from her body. You're overwhelmed by grief. Everyone standing nearby can barely move, all stunned, watching their friend leave for good. Molly sobs on her knees nearby. I will not let another die! Willow reaches out and grabs Emily's ghost and forces it back into her body. You can feel the power radiating from Willow as she does her best to save her friend. Come on, wake up, Emily. Wake up. Come on, wake up. What? Oh, Emily, you're okay. You're okay. I've got you. Hello. Did I just die? Maybe a little bit? Molly rushes over and wraps her arm around Emily super tightly. I'm so glad you're okay. I don't know what I would have done without you. Emily looks up at Molly and wipes a tear from her cheek, and gently replaces it with a kiss. I'm okay. We should go. I don't feel safe here. You all help Emily to her feet and start to walk out of the woods. What are we gonna do now? He seems way more dangerous than I initially thought. I guess now we're hoping that Emily's folks have some kind of monster manual? A what? It's like a guidebook for villains. Yeah, I'm not sure. I haven't really had a chance to look through our library. We should probably head right there. That's a good idea. I didn't even know I could do what I just did. Might be a good idea to get them to take a look at you. I feel okay. I do. Just to feel a bit light. But yeah, see what my aunt says. Hopefully they can help. After wandering around the woods for a while, you are greeted by the familiar streetlights of your town. Surely there's some kind of way to lift his curse. You better not be talking about me. No, the skeleton. Oh. That's more like a phylactery. Like a lich? Pretty much, the phylactery is a totem that helps keep them animated whilst undead. So we have to destroy something? Like an artifact? Maybe, or dispel an enchantment or something. How he manages to skip between bodies is an extra step I'm not sure about. Can't I just throw him into the sun? I'm not gonna say no? I don't know if we have any books about... Emily stumbles a little bit, falling into Willow, who catches her, and Kiana steps in to help prop her up. Sorry. It's just, I feel a bit... I'm pretty sure I saw my dad. Just now? No, when I was... I don't know. I feel this weird connection to something now. Like, I've gotten up from my computer and forgotten to take my headphones off. Everyone looks over at Maya sternly. Sorry, I do that a lot. I feel like I could... Are you okay? Yeah, I can see ghosts. Here? Yeah, she's just... Emily shakes her head clear. Anyway, I'm sure I'm fine. I'm fine. No, really, I am. I think it's just part of my powers. My aunt's talked about stuff like this before. Just takes some getting used to, I guess. Are you sure? Yeah. Let's get back to the skunk. We've got a skeleton to yeet into the sun. Thanks for playing. That was just episode 1 because this story is, there's several other chapters that were released as like DLC because this game itself was free just for the first chapter, but it was on Kickstarter. But yeah, this is the final release planned for this episode. We are planning on adding much more content in the future, but we need your support. Winning Love by Daylight is now on Kickstarter to bring you 3 major storylines: the prom, a road trip, and some relaxing time at the beach with absolutely no chance of a giant robot attack. We're relying on a Kickstarter. More stuff. Yeah, basically, this game's really cool. I really enjoy it. I would love to play episode 2 and etc. on the channel for the first time. I'm gonna save this one real quick in a... I'm gonna do slot 7-3 so that I can keep that one separated. That is a save slot from the end of episode 1. I don't know how that will... I don't know what choices will matter. Yeah. Anyway, that was Winning Love by Daylight. This was a really good game. I'm sorry for releasing a movie. I love you, bye-bye, please don't be mad at me.